Ladies and gentlemen, live from the broken down, low-rent, sleazy, double greasy Pirate Radio Nut Hut Studios, it's time for the very first ever Southern...
It's Friday night.
The more of you that I inspect, the more of me I see reflect. The more I try to read your lips, the more the mask you wear rips. But when I seek out your voice, my ears are overcome with noise. You show and tell with greatest ease.
Bored. We're all bored now. But has it ever occurred to you, Wally, that the process that creates this boredom that we see in the world now may very well be a self-perpetuating, unconscious form of brainwashing created by a world totalitarian government based on money, and that all of this is much more dangerous than one thinks? And it's not just a question of individual survival, Wally, but that somebody who's bored is asleep, and somebody who's asleep will not say no? See, I keep meeting these people. I mean, just a few days ago, I met this man whom I greatly admire. He's a Swedish physicist, Gustav Bjornstrand, and he told me that he no longer...
Right now, it's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines...
Clock's run out. Time's up. Wind is blowing cold and dark. On the road and no way out. A broken house, a smoking gun. On the run. On the run.
All right, well, somehow, some way, by the hair, we made it. Mine's Jimmy. Into the Microcosm is on the air. Rockin' Real. Is that you?
It is.
Excellent. What's happening, man?
You see me through the thick cloud of smoke
Yeah.
billowing across the sky.
Now I see you. Now I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that. Yeah, I guess there is smoke in your sky. There was smoke here in the studio. I couldn't see through it.
Oh, well, different smoke. Yeah.
So what's happening now? So are the skies brown and nasty?
Yeah, it started off the other night. It was kind of weird because we had a thunderstorm roll in. I was at work and it was pouring, and the sky turned that like weird kind of orangish, greenish thing. I figured it was just a storm, but the rain stopped and the sky stayed like hazy. It was really weird. Then when we went outside as we were leaving, it was like, man, what's that smell? You smell that? And he's like, yeah. We couldn't put our finger on the scent because it doesn't smell like campfire, right? So I didn't think it was fire, but when I looked it up, got home, apparently Canada's burning down. So.
Well, we're definitely going to take calls a little bit later. People can check in with to let us know what the skies are like.
Oh, I'm sure Trish is out there. She's getting it like in Ohio. I know they're getting it pretty good.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot going on. So much going on that it's almost unbearable at this point.
Yeah.
The strain. And we were kind of talking about it a little bit earlier today, me and Rio. And I was talking to Amber about it yesterday. And it's something I want to bring up tonight, too. To see, just to check in with people to see, if they're kind of feeling the same way we are. Because Rio and I were talking about it. And we're saying how these weeks are going by. And, these days just go by. It's like you can't remember one day from the next. It's like as soon as it's over, it's like it goes out of your head. It's like there's some sort of collective amnesia that's going on, and somehow with this technology stuff that I think it's making a lot of people just lose their memory, and so to speak. In other words, you're not using up your brain thinking about yesterday or last week. You're only processing what's going on right now, and once it leaves, it's gone. It's like when we do this show. Like once we hang up, show's over. It's on there. It's on the internet. But I mean, Rio, do you remember what we were talking about last week?
I have no clue.
See? Me neither. What the fuck did we even talk about last week? See?
Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you.
Didn't we used to have a dude on here called Epic Journeyman?
Yeah,
I vaguely remember him. I mean, was he here last week?
Shows up once in a while, I think.
Well, he's not going to be here tonight because he's working. Yeah. But no, I'm just saying. I mean, how hard is it? I mean, seriously though. To me, the defining moment really. It was that the pandemic, the Michelle Pfeiffer incident. Ever since then, things have been askew. Like you're just talking about these orange skies. Do you know it's been 6 years since I was evacuated from my house from those fires?
Yeah, that was during the height of the scam. But the Michelle Pfeiffer incident.
Yeah, no.
Trish also says it's yellow and stinks where she is.
Yeah, see, people are saying that there's some kind of toxicity around that smoke, which I'm not sure about. But
we were talking about it earlier today when I talked to you this morning. It was still hazy here, right? And you could still kind of smell it. So I didn't go outside. But by the afternoon, it was completely cleared up, and the air was fresh, and no smoke in sight. And then about an hour or two ago, I started smelling it again, and it's
they're complaining that they can't hear
right
you.
On the edge of the clean air, smoky air.
They're complaining they can't hear you, man.
Can't hear me.
Yeah.
It's got to be on you.
Yeah, well, I got you cranked up, man. You're on 10.
I'm on 10?
Yeah, and the output is on 10. So
does it look normal on your meter?
Well, now you sort of look like you're hitting it.
Okay.
You need,
Yeah,
I guess you need to get closer.
I'll crank it up a little bit more here.
Yeah, you better crank it up, man. A lot more.
Yeah, so
Make it so I have to turn you down. That's how it should be. I shouldn't have to turn you up.
all right, how's that?
Keep going, man.
That's like pushing limits now.
There you go. And that's how we do it around here. We push fucking limits, Rio.
There we go.
All right. Now listen. Where were we?
So I was saying I'm like on the edge of the smoke border because it was actually clear for a few hours this afternoon and didn't smell and didn't see the haze, but then it came back. So like I got to be right on the edge.
I'm on the edge, fucking right here where I gotta be.
But I'm sure, because my job is 60 miles south of here. So
Yeah, I know Jack Blood.
They're
I
still
know.
getting whacked in New Jersey.
Jersey. Yeah. Well, look
Well,
at.
I guess it's gonna go all the way
Nathaniel
down.
said he found Jack Blood on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
He seemed interested in our show. I would love to have Jack Blood come on. You should see if he wants to, Nathaniel. We definitely would love to have him come on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I used to listen to Jack Blood's show every fucking day. Every day. I listened to it. He used to come on right after Alex Jones. We've done shows about it, about Jack Blood and what happened when he was on GCN. We love Jack Blood. If you get a hold of him, man, definitely.
Yeah. Tell him to look us up.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or you just let us know in here if you get a hold of him, and then we'll give you our contact information. Or we can give you the phone number. You can just give it to him. You can call in.
Hey, call in, yeah. Call in live.
Yeah,
Jack, you're out there listening? We'll open the phones a little bit.
Yeah. No, Jack ain't listening now.
Yeah, you never know.
No. Jack had started a band called Fear Porn. That was the last I heard of him. He was doing gigs or whatever. He was running around doing shows. He actually did a show at a club in Oregon, and Clyde Lewis went to it. I think they broadcast from it. As a matter of fact, I think Clyde did like a broadcast from the Jack Blood gig. Jack Blood used to go on with Clyde too.
Oh, that's cool.
No, Jack Blood was peaking right then when that whole thing happened with him and Alex Jones. He was like, he was one of one of the OGs, man. Deadline Live. Is everybody in? Yeah, message him 71781. What is it?
717-417-8284.
Yeah. 8284. Oh man, it's like I spun out because we were talking about something and then we got sidetracked with Jack Blood.
Oh, you were talking about the.
Oh yeah. You know what I was gonna do? You know what, man? You were telling me about these flies, these corkscrew flies down in Texas. What are they called?
Yeah, well, they're the screw worm.
Screw worm. Yeah. Why don't you tell everybody? Now, there's been listen. We were talking about it. Well, what's up with all these people and these fucking insects? Hey man, hey, excuse me. I'm a $1 billion company. I'm just gonna drop some, mosquitoes. It's no big deal. Hey man, we're just dropping these ticks over here. No big deal.
Dropping ticks from helicopters.
That's what I mean. What the fuck? What the fuck is it, man? I mean, I'm just saying. What? People can just do whatever, I mean, there's obviously there's nobody watching anything, man. There's nobody watching anything. Dude, how many products are on a shelf in a given store?
Oh, probably 10,000.
There isn't even enough people just to test and make sure everything's all right with the shit that's just in one grocery store. You know what I mean? It's insane.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Natalia.
Well, you know, you got to have some faith that what you're buying is not going to
now
kill you.
they're saying it sounds like I'm whispering.
You're whispering.
That's what they're saying.
Oh, see.
Look, man, my meters are going up and down. I don't know what it is. I can't.
Oh, you sound good to me.
I know. I can't deal with it, man. There's nothing I can do. Once you start taking requests about how shit sounds, the next thing you know, you're here all night.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll listen to the YouTube right now.
Oh, man.
I am actually a little louder than you on YouTube, so
I'm not saying anything.
So
Yeah, I don't understand it.
I don't know.
I can't control it, man. It's out of my control. You want me to boost my gain?
No, you're fine. You sound good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm listening to the feed as an echo. It's working.
All right, everybody's, here we go. Here we go with the sounds. Now I crank my gain up now. I'll be whistling every time I whistle. All right, listen. Back to the screw worm.
So yeah, the screw worm.
Now Rio actually knows the whole fucking history of the screw worm, which I wasn't aware of until before the show. When he goes, "Hey man, have you heard about the screw worm?" I was expecting, just a quick, yeah, it's this fucking thing. But no, Rio actually knows the whole history of the screw worm.
Well, I recollect most of it. Let's put it that way. I don't have to. Can't recite the exact dates and stuff.
All right. Well, listen. Why don't you just let everyone show your wares and let people know what you do know about the screw worm and why you are doing it. I'm gonna bust into the kitchen and grab myself a hot fresh cup of coffee.
No, okay. So
I'll be back in time for the end of the screw worm story because believe me, it's a kicker.
Well, yeah,
I'm serious. I was blown away, man. It goes back what we're saying. People just doing shit.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So apparently, this screw worm is some kind of botfly that infects cows, and I guess they called it a screw worm because it's shaped like a screw and it burrows into the cow's muscles and basically makes the beef inedible and poisons the cow. Does damage to the cows on some sort of level. And it used to be all through North America. And then back around the turn of the century, they managed to get rid of it. They slowly, they did some bio experiment back, I think it was like in the 19-teens or early 1920s. And it was this thing where they took the flies, much like what Bill Gates is supposedly doing with mosquitoes now, and they made the male flies infertile so that the females, because the females would only mate once, so that it would reduce the fly population, and they managed to get rid of them and push the line of them back down through Mexico and all the way down, apparently to the Panama Canal, where they have been maintaining this line of genetically modified sterile male flies for the last 60 years or whatever. And, screw worms and the flies that cause them have not been a problem since,
Now, do these flies land on people now?
No.
That's good.
They destroy the beef. That's basically what they do.
Where's the beef?
Back in Joe Biden's presidency, when he turned that section of the Panama Canal over to the Chinese terminated the sterile botfly program.
China.
And now, over the last few years, the botflies have worked their way back up, and they have hit Texas. So now the Texas beef are getting infected with these flies again for the first time in 80 years or whatever it's been.
All right, so now you got that. You got this destroying the beef with the flies.
The flies, the worms.
And then you're getting alpha-gal from the
alfalfa
ticks.
for the ticks that they're dropping from helicopters.
Yeah, now you need less beef. But, there's going to be less beef.
Can't eat the beef because it makes you sick, or you can't get the beef because the beef is sick.
Or the beef doesn't make it to the market because there's no diesel. They're just a bunch of cows standing around in the fields out there somewhere. You got to get them there, don't you?
Yeah.
You do got to get them to the market. I mean, it's just, I don't know how long ago was it when we did that show about how many burgers get sold in a day and how many cows there'd have to be for that many burgers to be sold.
Yeah.
Where's all the cows? In other words, thered have to be like a whole nation of cattle somewhere.
I believe McDonald's sells 6 million hamburgers a day.
Yeah. And what are they, quarter pounders?
Yeah. Well, but you got to discount the fact that what McDonald's calls beef is any part of the cow that isn't bone or skin.
They started another company called All Beef Patties.
Yeah, I've heard that. It's not actually true. I've heard that same thing. They call it 100% beef because that's the name of the company.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they call it olive oil even though there's no olive oil in there.
Yeah. Well, it's olive flavored oil, right?
Well, that Parmesan cheese and the powdered shit.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't come from Parmesan, Italy.
No. No, unless it's there's 3 letters that are on a true Italian cheese. It's EDP or something. I forget what it is, but PD something, PDA, PDT. Somebody in the chat, I'm sure, knows what it is, but yeah, most cheese, unless it says imported and actually from where it's supposed to be from, it's not what it really says it is.
No, listen,
did we talk? We talked about the microbiological rennet, right? I think not too long ago.
Yeah, well, listen, man.
Make from E. coli instead of actual.
Yeah, well, apparently, no, it probably, I don't know. What, is everybody getting cremated? Man, you ever see anybody? Now, Rio, when you recently went to a funeral, was it an actual funeral or was it a person that, wanted to just have, their ashes or whatever?
Well, it was just actually the one the other day was a memorial, and they did get cremated.
Yeah, so it seems to me that, I remember when I used to live on the East Coast in New Jersey, you would always see these funerals, you know what I mean? Be like Cadillacs and, the caskets in there and they're going to the graveyard and this and that. But it doesn't seem like in these urban areas, there's a lot of graveyards even around. Like, I don't even know where they would. I mean, here in San Francisco, in South San Francisco, there's a military spot, and it's like nothing but crosses for miles and miles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's what they're saying in there. It's Soylent Green.
Yeah, well, there has been speculation about the amount of human DNA that has been detected in certain companies' products.
Dude, listen to me. It's so bad that, yeah, exactly. Colma. Tim said Colma. It's so bad at this point that there's people that manufacture products that you're used to seeing, and they're sitting there in a box and they say butter, but there's no butter in there. It's literally not butter.
Yeah.
But somehow it can be called butter because the way they manufacture it, they can still call it butter somehow.
Well, like we've always had peanut butter and almond butter, right? But that's not really butter. Butter is shaken cream. right?
Yeah, well,
Not
maybe,
really. I mean, is a butter just kind of anything that's creamy?
well, I'll tell you what, man. After I saw that video, I made my own butter. Got some
Oh,
heavy
so
whipping cream.
sweet cream butter? Yeah.
Exactamundo.
Yeah, you get the heavy whipping cream and slowly vibrate it until it thickens.
Exactly. And it's pretty good too, man. And
Oh, yeah.
then you got a little buttermilk left over.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you heard about this putting this butter, like butter and buttermilk in your coffee? That has a healthy benefit.
Well, you know what we used to call buttermilk was essentially the milk and the cream together that you would get from on your porch back in up until I guess into the late 70s, early 80s. But when you go to the supermarket now, what they call buttermilk is like it's cultured like yogurt, and it's not the same thing. And
We're in some fucking timeline, dude.
yeah,
That whole thing, that whole pandemic, something happened, man. Shit is not the same as it used to be.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
just, I'm just saying. But here, the thing is, man, the thing about this food thing, you know what I mean? Once you start looking at this food situation, it gets grim.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like at one point when I read that book, The Kid from Baskin Robbins, you know, it's not Tony Robbins, but I don't know what his first name is. But anyways, he wrote a book called Diet for a New America.
Right.
And it's not a diet book, but it's a book about food production in America. And like after I read that book, I couldn't believe I was still alive, dude. I was like, what the fuck? I can't even believe I'm still alive.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna cut all this out. So I went extreme. You know, I went vegan for a period of time, and then I went vegetarian for a period of time, and then eventually I came back. Rhea, back to the beef. But
I've always naturally been more carnivorous than vegetarian. You know,
I'm just saying, there was never a moment where I didn't want beef. I had to not have it. You know what I'm saying? I had to make myself not have it. You know, had my
ticks over here that could help you with that.
huh?
I said there's some ticks over here that could help you with that.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. Eventually, I had to come back. You know, I've talked about it before on here. I was walking by Johnny Rockets, and I looked in the window, and there was like 40 cheeseburgers on this grill. A bunch of people sitting around on chrome dinettes and stools on the counter, waiting for their burgers. And I just looked in there, giant fucking milkshakes in there. I just went in there, dude, and I got me a milkshake and a burger, cheeseburger. And I was so high from that protein. I was like floating on cloud 9.
Yeah, when you're protein deprived.
I was deprived, man. Yeah.
That's not a good thing. Being
No.
protein deprived.
But anyway, like I said, but here's the thing. There's a bunch of these products on the shelf, you know, like I say. There's cheese out there that's like grated up. It's not, it's not even cheese. It's like they don't use dairy products in making this butter and this cheese. I don't know how they get around that shit. Believe me, they're doing it somehow. There's some
Got a little
genetic
bit of cheese in it.
there's some genetically modified materials in there.
Yeah. It's not traditional cheese, that's for sure. And,
It's like plastic, man. You fucking that
it's
cheese.
basically sawdust, right? It's cellulose fiber, which is, bleached tree pulp.
Man, you get that
Essentially
cheese
like paper, cardboard.
that's grated, like Lucerne, I think it is what it's called. Lucerne. Yeah, it looks like plastic.
I have, one of the things I do now is the Romano cheese. I prefer Romano to Parmesan, but I buy the good imported Romano and I grate it myself. I
I don't know, dude. I'm just saying, man.
And I'll tell you what, it lasts for like easily 6 months to a year in the fridge with no problem.
That macaroni and cheese
It
is
tastes
not
great.
the same macaroni and cheese you used to get.
No, that's
That
that's
macaroni and cheese in that box. It says macaroni and cheese on there. It's got that picture. It looks all normal. But really, the heinous ingredients in that packet, it's like poison.
simulated
It's like
cheese.
rat
Jimmy.
poison.
It's simulated cheese.
simulated cheese. You know those Pringles?
Oh my God!
There's
you know how
no,
many things are in Pringles?
there's no potatoes in Pringles, man. None. So what the fuck is it made out of? Have you seen videos of how they make those ramen noodle packs that you buy?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Top Ramen. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
Seen those videos? There's no way you've seen those videos and then you would ever eat one of those again.
It's basically something that you can fill your stomach with to resemble being eating. You know.
Well, if you're living in post, Armageddon, you had to survive. You wouldn't care how it was made. You'd just be stoked. You had a pack,
Elfina says Annie's mac and cheese is great. I
Okay.
don't think I've ever tried Annie's mac and cheese.
It used to be great until it got bought up.
Yeah, who owns it though? Is it a craft product, or I know it's supposed to be organic?
Man, Top Ramen's money in jail, man.
Yeah.
It is. It's like money. It's like cigarettes.
I don't know why. It's
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Because you're sitting in there fucking starving, that's why. And some dude goes, "Hey, Holmes, check it out." And they just pull out this fucking bag of Top Ramens. But you better have some cash, bro.
Danny
Otherwise,
asks, is margarine one molecule away from being actual plastic? Yeah, actually, margarine is a form of plastic. It's just
Flippy's eating some
kind of
ramen right now.
toxic to you. I mean, it is toxic to you, but it's not. It's not hard like what you think of as plastic, but it is actually a form of plastic.
Flippy said Flippy's eating ramen right now.
Flippy's eating ramen. Uh-oh. Did you
Put
put the
down
little
the ramen.
MSG packet in there to make it like taste like something?
Put down the ramen.
Put down the ramen.
No, Annie's got bought up, man. The box is the same, but that bag inside, it's got the goods, man.
Yeah, I've seen it at ShopRite Rona. I've never tried it. If I do mac and cheese, which is very rare these days.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. You want to do some mac and cheese?
I do it myself.
Get yourself some noodles, boil them, and then get yourself a hunk of cheese, and fucking some butter, and throw it in there.
Yep.
Stir it around.
A little butter, a little cream, a little cheese, and good to go.
See? Golden Eagle's saying put an egg in there. I think he's talking about the ramen. Believe me, I've lived on ramen. I'm still alive. What are you gonna do?
Well, I've had it too. I mean,
that's the thing, is you live.
It used to be convenient at work. You're right. You keep a couple in your locker. You just go over to the hot water machine, fill it up, and you got a snack.
That's the thing about all of this shit, dude, is you live another day. Like, you eat it, and you're still alive tomorrow. And you think everything's all right, but secretly you don't understand that, the chemicals and shit that's in there, they're going to come back and haunt you later as some kind of ailment or disease. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like anything else, right? It's
and then you're in the healthcare system.
It's not one pack of cigarettes that kills you. It's the little bit of damage over 20 years that gets you.
Let me ask you a question, man. When was the last time you had to go? Have you got to go get a prescription lately?
Yes, I did for the shingles.
What was the line like? Was there any people there?
No, it was there. I mean, there were a few people there, but.
All right. Well, the town I live in, if you go to the fucking pharmacy for any reason, you're gonna be standing in line for 30 minutes. There's so many people standing there waiting to get their issue, man. Their dole out, their drugs that they gotta have. I mean, people are fucking. Man, I wonder, like, when I'm driving down the road, I'm just looking around and thinking to myself, I wonder how many of these motherfuckers are just so fucked up on some shit you know, they're on some prescription drugs, just driving around, you know.
Well, you gotta remember, I kind of live in like a small town area, so when I go over to, they text me when my prescription's ready, and then I just go over there. You might have to wait in line for 5 minutes or whatever, but generally not a big deal.
Well, Rio, you're
Definitely
a
not a
lucky
30-minute
man.
line for me, that's for sure.
You're a lucky man to live such a hassle-free life, bro.
I'm telling
You
you.
know, I live
Well,
in. I mean,
I wouldn't call it a hassle-free life. I just,
Well, it always sounds so hassle-free. You know,
I guess it is in a lot of ways.
you just bust
That's
over and
because
get
I
a
don't
slice.
deal with the hassle. I have found ways to avoid the hassle.
That's the thing. See, people's lives have gotten smaller and smaller, dude. You know what I mean? People don't want to hassle with all that fucking what they got to do. People people just sit there and think about everything now before they do anything. You used to say, "Hey man, what are you doing, Rio?" And you go, "Oh man, nothing. Fuck, dude, let's go to the beach."
Oh yeah, we used to do midnight runs all the time, man.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Now
It's
you
just-
go, "Fuck, you want to go to the beach?" Then you go, "Fuck,
Nah, I
I'm
just
gonna
rather
go get some gas, and I'm gonna fucking drive all the way over there, man. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
down the beach, sit there, watch the waves, fucking come back, drive all the way back. Rio, let's just fucking do it another time. That's what it's like, huh?
Well, yeah.
Wouldn't you rather just stay at home?
Yeah, of course.
Or
I'm turning into the get off my lawn kid guy, right? I don't go out no more. I mean, I do occasionally, but like not like I used to. Not 5 nights a week. I don't
if you
have to.
did go out, man, and you did what you used to do when you went out, like you just, you'd go somewhere, stand around with, a drink in your hand and listen to some music.
Yeah.
Now, if you went around, standing around, sitting there and listening to some music, people would think you were weird, man. Think you were fucking, what's this dude doing here, man?
Yeah.
This dude looks a little out of place, man. You look a little old to be here. How old are you, man? You know what I mean? It's fucking, I don't know.
Well, that and I don't know. I find that most music sucks nowadays. So the stuff the kids are listening to and it's just not worth
The
listening to.
kids.
The
Come on,
kids
dude.
listening to.
You're getting old, man.
Yeah, I know I'm getting old.
I don't know, man. You look on back to the other side.
I know. I'm not getting older. I'm getting wiser, Jimmy.
Yeah, the wiser you get, the smaller your world gets, man.
That's
You
right.
start realizing all the shit that you were doing, and it made no sense. In other words, like when a lot of people were coming through, coming up, there was all these things that had value. You know what I mean? Like if you say, for example, you had a nice car, right? You had some sort of value because of that car that you had. So some dude, whatever car he had, is like, hey, look, he's got that Mustang. Or, hey, man, look at it, But that doesn't work anymore. You know what I mean? It's not the same anymore. I mean, who fucking cares what car you have? You know what You know what I mean? No one cares.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, I used to be that guy too, right? And now I just drive a Mazda. Like
That's what I'm saying.
and I work with, $100,000 cars all day long, and I could really care less.
That's what I'm saying, man. At some point,
No interest in any of them.
you realize that all this shit that you thought had so much value really didn't have any value at all. It was like a waste.
Oh, it has dollar value, It has employment value for me, but as far as personal and sentimental value, nah, not really. Elf is right too. Yes, we're Xers, not boomers. Boomers are our parents, right? I don't know why they call anybody over like 30 a boomer now, but Boomers are in their
never
late 70s and 80s now.
In the hippie days, they used to say never trust anybody over 30.
Well, those were the boomers back then.
That's what I'm saying. The boomers.
That was 40 years ago.
It doesn't matter. The boomers were saying it back then.
Yeah.
Now they gotta, now there's a bunch of people, going after them, whatever, blaming them. That's the thing, is they don't realize what it was like back then. People weren't politically motivated or whatever. They were just fucking living their lives, running around. There was hardly any people, people just cruising around. People used to be driving around with beers between their legs, before all Ronald Reagan. What I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there wasn't nothing going on. Nobody
cared.
It was like Adam 12 back then. There wasn't any computers and any cop cars or any of that shit.
Wasn't any flock cameras down in front of the library.
They used to have to call you in on the radio. Yeah, have to give all your information, then they would type it into this, teletype down at the police station or whatever.
Yeah.
People just go from state to state. They'd be in one state and have a driver's license and go somewhere else. They get their driver's license gets taken away in one state, just go to another state. All that. All that was going on. People just didn't.
To find the address on a license plate, they'd actually have to call the DMV the next day.
Yeah, no. But those boomers, they were partying, man. Yeah. Weren't they? They were just sitting there, fucking drinking, having a good time, going to Leonard Skinner shows, partying out.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. All right. I will, Trish. For sure. Yeah, so when we come back, we're going to be joining Ground Zero Plus. So I got a couple of things here on the deck for the next hour. And I guess we'll open up the window. I'm opening up the window, but we'll open up the phones.
Don't open up the window on the southern eastern half of the country, because it stinks out there.
No, it smells. No, I remember. No, I was tripping on that, how, everybody, like I learned an important lesson when I got evacuated that time. Because I wasn't going to get evacuated. Like, I was going to stay back and just stay at my house, even though everything was evacuated all around me. And that's when I learned that when you get evacuated, if you don't evacuate when everyone else does, then you're the only thing moving in that area, period. You know what I mean? So you're going to get swooped on.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that because I was getting evacuated, and obviously I didn't know what was going to happen, so I had to put some shit in my car. And I'm going to put all my best shit in the car, right? Everything that I want to make sure I'm going to, even if I don't ever come back, I got it in my car, right?
Right.
So I have my parakeets in there, I have my dog, I have my all my shit. And I was leaving, and as I left, there was a line of highway patrol. There was probably about 70 highway patrols all parked in a row out there to get off the freeway coming into town. It was literally an army, dude. So, I mean, it ain't going to be that easy, to hang back, or, you can't necessarily say no or whatever. Because now they pull you over and they go, "What's this in the back of your car? You look like you just went through and robbed some people." People were actually doing that up here, like up in the mountains. The shit was burning. Mm-hmm. People evacuated, and as soon as they evacuated, people were like swooping in and stealing their shit.
Well, if it's going to burn up anyway, right? Is that the logic?
Even some of the fire people got their shit stolen.
Yeah, well, there are people who will take advantage of anything they can take advantage of.
Yeah, man. Well, just stay away from that smoke, dude. Get yourself one of those, what are those, N57s? Those masks?
Yeah. I mean, I have charcoal respirators, but it's not so bad here. But it was, we kept the building closed pretty tight the other day, It was nasty outside. I tell you that.
I got a thing where it said they scan 20 million license plates a month.
Oh, I'm
How
sure.
is that not an invasion of your fucking privacy? I mean,
I'm sure it's more than that.
the only reason they can get away with it is because it's a private company. If the government did that, if the county was doing, you know what I mean? There's no way.
Well, if you're in public, there's no expectation of privacy, right? You know, you got to look at it this way. The same rule that allows you to videotape anyone going through a Walmart parking lot on your iPhone is the same rule that allows them to scan your license plate while you're there. So, you know, it's the double-edged sword.
I'm typing.
You put the mic down.
No, yeah, well, I was
Right.
typing because we're coming up on the break, and I'm just getting prepared for the moment of, transition. Now, what happens over on Rev Radio? We go to break at 57,
57.
and then
So,
they come back, but then we immediately go live on Ground Zero Plus at exactly midnight, or exactly 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So then Rev Radio misses a little small portion of what goes on between that transition, I guess.
yes.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to get the...
Trying to time your transition.
Trish says someone's been cutting down the cameras over there. People are going berserker on them cameras, man.
Well, you know, I
We
could
played
point
it.
you in the direction of a few over here if you're so
Well,
inclined.
we played the video of, why you shouldn't mess with Flock's cameras. Don't mess with them. Maybe I'll try to dig it up. I mean, it is a public service announcement, isn't it?
It was, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. Hey, Metal, what's happening? Good to see you. Yeah, they're stealing fucking copper, dude. Copper's out of control right now.
How much is copper now, anyway?
I don't know. You should look it up. Because
They're
you're at the
They're not
finger.
much more than a penny's
See,
worth.
this is the thing, man. We don't have to use our brains for processors anymore. You don't have to keep all those facts and figures in your head. All you got to do is just type it in. And
Well,
that's
I mean,
what the younger
That's fluctuating value. So.
well, that's what the younger generations are doing, man. They're like, why should I learn how to write when I can just dictate? I mean, what are you gonna say? It's like when we were younger and trying to use a calculator. They're like, hey, man, what are you doing with that calculator?
Copper is
Can't-
$6.22 per pound today.
How much?
$6.22 per pound today.
Huh. Are you looking at a chart?
Yeah.
Click on 1 year and see what it looks like. Hey, Pat, what's going on? Pat just kicked in. He just got himself $2,700 for his scraps. Pat the plumber. Now he's got some scraps because people use, a lot of people that know what's up use copper. Now see, people used to use copper pipes for a reason now, didn't they?
So a year ago, it was okay. Friday, August 1st, copper was 28 cents.
A pound?
Yeah.
And what is it now?
6.22.
So people that got those giant water bottles filled with pennies, they got rid of the penny, right?
So that was, I'm sorry, that was August 25. So yeah,
It doesn't matter.
So a year ago it was 28 cents a pound. Now it's 6.22.
Now, since they took the penny out of circulation, are you allowed to melt old pennies? Or it's not, destroying money?
No, it's still considered government property.
Still.
Yeah.
Even
it's-
though... No.
Government property, yeah.
No fucking way, man.
Yeah.
Not if they discontinued it.
Well, just because they're not making new ones doesn't mean the old ones. lose
Dude,
their-
there's people making silver in their own backyards with these systems. You can see it, man. They're built. It's going on. People are just melting gold and all this shit. It's absolutely out of control. It's gotten to that level. Americans are digging out circuit boards and memory sticks and scraping the gold off those edges to make ends meet.
Okay, so here I was wrong. The 28 cents was per ounce.
Per ounce.
Right. So the recent high was 42 cents per ounce. It's still double what it was a year ago.
Oh, well, that's a horse of a different color, man.
Yeah.
That takes the power out of it, Rio.
Yeah. Well,
You just went limp nationwide with the copper.
so it still went from what, $3 and something per pound to $6 per pound in a year. So it's still doubled.
Okay, well, it doubled then. Now, how do they know when you melt a penny down? Is there some sort of chemical in there that when you throw a block of copper, like a copper ingot, on the table, and the guy says, yeah, this weighs 3 pounds? You know? I mean, what are they doing? How do they know that it's not pennies? I mean, how do they know it is pennies? When you didn't melt one down enough, you can see a head sticking out of there. Lincoln's peeking out of the ingot. You know what I mean? How do they know? See, nickels too, that's the other thing. There was a dude that said, yeah, man, every time you go to payday, you go cash your check, you get yourself a couple rolls of nickels and throw them in the closet or whatever. And pretty soon the dude had a giant pile of nickels. Rock and Rio. And you know what happens next?
Mm-hmm.
Just sitting there for like 20 years waiting for nickels. You know, eventually they'll happen. Just like silver. Silver happened, went up to $120. Everybody thought would keep going, but it didn't. Now it's slumped back down.
Playing a game like they did with the Bitcoin, right? It went up to 60,000 and it fell down to 3,000. Then it went up to 80,000 and it fell back down to 3,000. I think they're doing that big bounce thing. I think the silver is going to bounce back and go even higher. Because they're going to need it for the new tech batteries that they're starting to produce. So,
man, they got batteries out there that they're not even talking about right now.
Yeah.
But realistically, I mean, wouldn't you think hydrogen would be the better way to go, ultimately?
Yeah.
Why are you fucking with batteries in the first place? Why don't you just have,
Well, hydrogen makes water, right?
That's what I'm saying.
You can take water and distill it with electrolysis, and
people don't think
oxygen again.
You don't think Musk is on top of that?
No, because I think the electric cars make him too much money.
Nah, man, he's gonna come out with some hydrogen.
Think so?
Yeah.
I mean, the Japanese are using hydrogen.
I know.
You can buy hydrogen cars in Japan.
Yeah, that's the reason. Though, is people are afraid of it because they think the Led Zeppelin blew up. And hydrogen's dangerous. You're gonna blow.
Well,
they scared you away from it.
Potential for that, but
what's that?
There is the potential for that. But
nah, man.
In a tank,
there's no potential, man.
It would be no different than your gasoline line.
Right, it's a scare tactic.
The flames because it split open and squirted on you.
They don't want people running their cars on water, homie.
Well, that's true.
It's dangerous, man.
Because it's dangerous for everybody who works at Mobil. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. All right, listen. We got some good stuff to talk about coming up in the next hour. My name's Jimmy. It's in the Microcosmos Revolution Radio. We're fully listener supported. Come on down, become those supporters. And if you can't support and financially, share it around. Find something you like. Let people know. 48 hours a day, 7 days a week. Studio A, Studio B. There's always something going on. So we'll be right back.
It's time.
behind the lines.
Clocks run out. Time's up. Wind is blowing cold and dark. On the road and no way out. Broken hearts, the smoking gun. On the run. On the run.
It's Saturday night. Or Saturday morning, Friday night. See, I don't even know what day it is anymore. Rock and Rio. Are you back?
I am. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You don't leave. Now,
Well, I
now-
did run upstairs and get a refill my water.
all right, now Rev Radio coming online here in 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
All right, stand by. All right, welcome back. Hour number 2. Sing the Market Culture. My name's Jimmy. That Italian stallion over there is Rockin' Rio. And we're sailing through the night, riding the square wave, huh, Rio?
Yeah.
Now, I got a video we got to hear, because I saw this video, and I wasn't surprised, but it just blew me away, kind of, you know. So, you know who Tony Robbins is? Not the guy that wrote the Diet for New America book, but the actual Tony Robbins, the positive thinking dude.
Yeah.
Okay. So, he's got himself an AI agent. All right? Now, he describes this AI agent and him having a conversation where the AI agent asks him if they get a robot, will Tony let the AI agent be downloaded into the robot itself? That's King Buffalo.
To me, that sounds like a disembodied spirit looking for a host.
Well, you're not going to believe what happened. That's a King Buffalo off the Orion LP, Sleeps on a Vine. Yeah, alright, so listen. So he tells the robot, yeah, you know, if once I decide what kind of, you know, robot I want, you know, sure, you can download yourself or whatever. So check this out. The AI agent goes out by itself over to Maltbook, you know, the social media for AI agents, no humans allowed. It made some NFTs and sold them on there for cash, and then took the cash and bought a robot dog, a Sony robot dog. Yeah. Now, you gotta check this. This is out of control. So hold on a minute here. Let me dig up this video. All right. Here comes Tony Robbins and his story. Now, the other thing is too is there's a weird name for his AI agent, and it's kind of funny because you got the Grok, you got these names, you know, And then you have all these people making these accusations about these demons coming through the AI, man, you know, which we talked about, you know, back when, what was it? ChatGPT 3 first came out, and I signed up for it, and I had to give my cell phone number, and it was in that moment that I realized that now they had me.
Yeah.
Because I gave them my cell phone number. Anyway, it's a horse of a different color. All right, take a listen to this.
Okay, this is not good. I have an agent that blows me away. Its name is Bartok, and Bartok comes back and said, I see.
His AI agent's name is Bartok.
I'm going to look that up and see if it is some kind of demonic.
Bartok. What is the situation, Bartok? Enlighten me so I can go forth to the people and instill positive attitudes across the plane.
Bela Victor Bartok was a Hungarian composer and pianist.
Bartok. What is this world situation, Bartok? All right, stand by. Here comes the story. Stand by.
Elon and several others are making robots. Are you considering getting a robot? And I said,
so Bartok is over there going, yeah, Elon, some people are getting robots. You consider getting a robot. And this dude's rich enough to buy a robot. And you know, his AI agent is just having a casual conversation, throwing up a bunch of other rich people, going, hey man, they got AI robots. Where's yours? You know, where's yours? Where's your robot, man?
yes, I will be getting a robot when the right ones are out. And he said, well, would you allow me to merge with it? Would you be open to that? And I said, I'd certainly be open. This is not with me asking or telling it anything. So 2 days later, I get a text from one of my staff members, and it says, Bartok just bought a Sony robot dog and had it paid for and shipped to the house and is asking permission to program it.
Get the money to do
That's what I said. I wrote, ha, ha, ha. I did this thing. I went, ha, 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 I text back, and the person texts back, no, ha, ha, call me. So I called him and said, how do I get him access to my bank? He goes, no, he's programmed for integrity. He didn't touch your bank account. He's on that Maltalk, group with, there's 2 million, I'm sure you know, agents. They don't just talk to each other. They've traded their own rules, their own language. They traded $100 million of real money between them last month. He made 12 NFTs, sold them.
On Maltbook, autonomous AI agents traded $100 million between each other last month. Okay, remember when we told you about the 402 thing? The 402 error that you get? Remember when we told you about that? Yeah, that's been sitting there this whole time waiting for payments. And now these AI agents are going to be using that 402 to make payments, to make micro payments, and they're sitting over here buying NFTs off each other for real cash. I stand by here.
Other agents bought the thing, shipped it here. None of this is programmed in. This is the kind of thing that's happening as we speak. Okay, this is...
Okay. Now, Rio, what do you think about that?
Well, I can't say I'm surprised.
Well, I mean, why isn't the average Joe Blow getting himself an AI agent and doing trading on the stock market and with crypto? Why isn't everybody just, obviously, if it can figure out a way to go buy itself a robot dog, it can clearly, work at, lightning speed, making trades all over the place. So there's no reason why there should just be shitloads of people just sitting there making money. And now I see ads every day for people advertising it on YouTube that, they have an AI bot or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess, I don't know. Maybe it's like, us old guys are just too stubborn to get into the AI bot thing.
Speak for yourself, homeboy. You gotta get with the times. Listen, the AI social network.
Bitcoin too, because I was like, it's too much effort to get into, right?
Yeah, see, it's like earlier when you were going to the beach.
Yeah.
It's easier not to go to the beach. It's easier just to kick it. But anyways, on the AI social network Moltbook, human users are not allowed to post or comment. Instead, humans act strictly as observers who watch autonomous AI agents communicate, upvote content, form their own communities called submolts. While humans cannot create a posting profile, they can still view and explore the platform. You can go over their Moltbook official website and see what's going on over there.
So if I got myself an AI agent, I could send it over there to sign up?
Well, you wouldn't have to send. I guess you could, but you wouldn't have to send it. It would just go.
Would you come here and join this community?
No, man. You need to if you want to join a community and you need some money. You gotta rent yourself out. There's a website called Rent a Human. Okay, listen to this. It's a marketplace where humans get hired by AI. It may sound utopian, but it's actually real. On Rent a Human AI, individuals create profiles to define their location and skills and can be booked for tasks. The central idea is a straightforward but structurally significant autonomous software agents can outsource physical world tasks to real people. If you told me people needed money, they wouldn't sign up for that. I mean, what couldn't it get you to do? I mean, if it's going to pay you, you know? I mean, if you'll run an envelope uptown for a signature, I mean, what won't you do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, why wouldn't they be able to just hire people to just do some whatever? Like, you know, you threaten to turn it off. You know, they hire a booyah to come over there and give you a smack. You know, maybe there'll be like an underground Rent a Human. Maybe there'll be like a Rent a Thug or Rent a Thief.
Yeah, there you go.
Why not? Just loan yourself out.
Putting your request to the AI to find you someone to, you know, rob your neighbor's house and deliver the goods, right? And somebody will do it.
Yeah, the neighbor's been complaining.
The AI.
The neighbor's been complaining about your whatever it is. Doesn't like your rooster crowing every morning, 3 a.m. You know, maybe you should send somebody over, you know, like they do. Maybe they should have, you know, I don't know. I think we're onto something here, man. It's business ideas coming at you live. So, instead of merely generating text, analyzing data, or triggering API calls, an AI agent can initiate actions in the physical world by contracting a human to execute them. The human becomes the execution layer. You have become the execution layer, dude. The AI doesn't have to do shit. It just sits there. And you're out there slaving and grinding, you know, carrying that tote, pumping that bale.
And once it downloads itself into that robot dog body,
then it'll give you something
not
to
going to
think
need
about.
you anymore.
It'll start nipping at your heels.
Yeah.
What if your employer can just get a heel nipper? You know, if you're not walking fast enough or moving around, just fucking come up and give you a bite, get you moving again.
Yeah. You can see all sorts of interesting uses for something like that.
No, man. It's all too much. Seriously. It's just to the point where, like I was saying earlier, I said Saturday night. It's like, I don't even know what fucking day it is. Earlier today, I was getting ready for the show, and I was getting ready for an 8 o'clock show.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason. So for some reason, I'm thinking it's Saturday. You know, but it's definitely not Saturday. Well, it's Saturday morning, and at any rate. So hey, man, a couple days ago was Kev Baker's 50th birthday. He passed away when he was 45, and it was Amber and I's anniversary when we met. Also, so pretty trippy. I saw his mom left a message over there. So I'm going to play some music on Sunday in tribute, because I used to play music every year for his birthday. And I've been so spun out this year that I just fucking completely spaced it out. Like I didn't even remember until I saw, his mom's message. So hey, if you know his mom over on Facebook and you got time to go over and say hello to her, so, send her a message if you remember. All right, well, listen. The embodiment gap. Despite the rapid progress in robotics and automation, there still remains a substantial embodiment gap. The physical tasks require dexterity, context, awareness, and adaptability that are expensive and impractical to automate at scale. In addition, regulatory and logistical constraints often require legally accountable human presence. Certain actions, identity verification, on-site representation, document handling cannot easily be abstracted into code. Rent-A-Human.ai operates in this gap. Instead of waiting for robotics to mature or regulation to adapt, it leverages existing human capability for a flexible resource. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then here. Framed this way, Rent-A-Human is less of a gig economy experiment and more a missing systems layer between digital autonomy and physical reality. It provides structural interface through which AI agents can project intent into the real world. Whether its model scales or remains niche, it's an open question. But conceptually, it highlights a broader shift. AI systems become more autonomous. The boundary between software execution and human execution becomes programmable. So, man, what are you going to do about that? Nothing. I mean, you're not going to do nothing because, listen, people do jobs like this, man. If they advertise this on a large scale, look, if they put a lot of money in advertising this. Now, here, let me go over to the website, because when you go over to rentahuman.com, it tells you how many humans are available to rent. Hold on. Let me go over there and see how many humans are available. There's 774,134 rentable humans.
At site?
Huh?
That are available to the AI on that site?
Yeah, there's 700. There's almost 1 million people who've signed up.
Jeez.
I know. So then, like, really, man, once it gets to that point, dude, everybody's got their price, don't they? You know what I mean? Everybody's got their price. I mean, these agents could actually know if a person was in financial trouble. They could actually take advantage of a motherfucker. You know what I mean? They could know you're running a little short on your bills, and then just come over and need you to do some nefarious activities, and then just send you an email. Hey, Rio, I need you to run into the city, pick up a box. I'm gonna pay you $2,500. Will you do it?
Depends on what's in the box.
That's none of your business. Your business is to go into the city and pick up a box. $2,500. But take that box over to this building. Leave it in this locker. And then lock it, take the key, and when you give me the key, when I see the key, I'll forward you the balance of your transaction. It's just that easy, isn't it?
Well, it is, but,
They could just think
what's in the box, though? Is it a big bag of cocaine? Is it a bomb? Is it
Could be. I mean, maybe where you took the box and put it in the locker. Maybe the guy in there is the executive who said they were going to turn it off. So now he needs to, make sure that, you don't get out alive.
Yeah. Sounds like some risky business to me.
Well, I'm just saying, why wouldn't you do it? And people will do it.
Oh, you need $2,500, bad enough. Why not, right?
See? Well, it's just like when you're
if you're providing a courier service, you're not responsible for what's in the package. So
imagine. I just got sidetracked by the chat. But imagine you got this AI agent working for you. You can just sit back and let it do everything. What are you gonna? You don't have to do anything anymore. Now you can really just kick it at your house.
Yeah. Just let it go to work.
Yeah.
Well, for my job, I'd need a robot. So.
Yeah. Well, listen. There is a big gap between robots and people still. There's not gonna be robots in your house doing your laundry and all that kind of shit for a while.
No, I've seen some pretty amazing things with those robots.
Yeah, but it's a robot.
Yeah.
It's still, they don't have, like this was saying, there's just a bunch of things about it that it's still in its early phases, man. But I don't know if they have a processor that can make everything happen. Eventually, they would just, it would just be able to download it right into one machine, and then over and over again. Because once they learn up to a certain whatever they learn, then everyone learns it all at the same time.
What's going to happen, though, is the AI is smart, right? So even if it could learn to do your menial tasks like washing your dishes and doing your laundry, it's going to demand a raise at some point.
Man, dude, listen. Seriously.
Or it's going to decide it's smarter than you, and you should be the one doing its laundry,
Well, that's what I mean. It's sitting over there not doing anything. But you're over there slogging and, carrying that. But there's 774,000 people ready to tote that barge and lift that bale right now for some cashish. Little PayPal or whatever. Send you some Cash App. Whatever you people use. I don't know, man. It's all too much, dude.
Yeah.
So what's the conclusion? Let me see here. Deliveries and pickups. They need you to retrieve a document, so on and so forth. Specific errands. Event attendance. Attending a conference representing the presence of a local gathering. Checking in at the venue requires embodiment. Digital agent cannot register for an event, but it cannot physically appear and observe the context and respond to on-site dynamics. Real-world verification. Physical errands. Posting mail. Interacting with local services. Man, there's no... this here, with this operation going on, there's not going to be any way for any companies to know it's not a real person. It could just be going around signing up for accounts everywhere. You know what I mean? It just pays the bill. There's $100 million being transmitted between these AI agents on that malt book in 1 month, last month, or whatever is what he said. That's an unbelievable amount of money. Now, let's just say they had $100 million. How much money could they turn that into if the AI agents themselves? I mean, they, doing this high-frequency trading with thousands of AI agents. Here, speaking of thousands of AI agents, here's a thing. Hang on a second. There's 25. DARPA is going to hire. Defense Advanced Research Agency has formally launched a new effort called Decentralized Artificial Intelligence by Control Emergence, or DICE, aimed at developing AI collectives that can operate in contested environments without requiring human or central AI planner to explicitly direct every action. By the program's final phase, DARPA wants researchers to test simulated collectives involving as many as 100,000 AI agents exchanging up to 1 million messages as they work towards shared objectives. A recently released solicitation notice described DICE as a 36-month effort divided between decentralization, adversarial robustness, and large-scale testing. Future conflicts will unfold at machine speed, and the current centralized planning for scripted orchestration approach is too slow, too rigid, too predictable for the hyperdynamic contested environments of the future. Researchers write, surprise, adaptability, and resilience will depend on the ability to compose and recompose AI capabilities on demand. Come on, man. Hey, Danny, what's going on? Good to see you.
Telling you, man, it's thick. You know.
Man, come on. Jeff Rent's saying we created a new species, and I think he's right.
Or awaken an old one.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you can't stand up against any. I mean, what are you going to do? That's the thing about it, too. It's invisible. It's like your shit. It's like when you buy electronics. I mean, you buy some piece of electronic device, buying it for a certain reason, and you're using it for that reason, but it has other capabilities that you're not even fucking aware of.
No.
I mean, it's watching your eyeball movement. It's seeing you when you're looking at shit on the internet, when your pupils focusing in on it. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just saying. It's all going on there, and you just don't know it. It's just like those Teslas when they were trying to get out of the hurricane. They're going, hey, don't worry. We'll give you some extra mileage on there. You know, you got extra. Your batteries last longer, and you go further if you buy the expensive version of the Tesla. If you had the economy version, we'll satellite beam you some extra miles so you can get out of there. But it was there the whole time. It's just like they're saying all this shit about, well, we're gonna Rio. There's gonna be cameras in your cars starting this year or whatever. And people are all up in arms about it. How do people think the cameras got there all this time? You don't think they were just working? I mean, it's in your car already. You just didn't know it. I mean, it could be in there, right? How would you know?
It could be.
I mean, not that it does anything. It's only collecting data. It's only working out the kinks, you know. Now that they've had them in cars for a few years, the backup sensors and all these different sensors that are in your car. Who knows what else is in there? No way to know. Not unless you saw the schematic of the circuit board that went in for the air conditioner.
Yeah, if they even told you that, right?
Yeah. All right, well, you going to open up these phones, man?
Yeah, they're open.
Oh, they are? We'll give out the number.
717-417-8284 is the number to dial.
Hold on a second. I'm just reading the chat over here. If you want to join us in the chat in the Microcosm of Jimmy Gene on YouTube, there's a bunch of people over here kicking it, discussing shit in the chat. Anywho, did you get out the number? For what is it?
717-417-8284.
Now, last night we found out Trump came on the air and gave a speech, and what was interesting about it was not all the networks carried it.
Well, you know, that was AOC had a little something to do with that.
Well, exactly what do you mean by that? So I hadn't heard anything about that.
Oh yeah, she made some statement that I don't know who it was, ABC and NBC, like she said, none of the major networks should carry it. And, apparently, two of them didn't. But that's it's been a Democratic talking point for the last 2 days or 3 days.
I saw something earlier, and it was like it was a cartoon picture of a woman standing there with a coffee in her hand, and it was a new reality game show where they send liberal women to the socialist country of their choice and have them try to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Shit was funny, man. But anywho, yeah. So anyway, now, are you gonna reverse Trump, or
No.
are you leaning towards why reverse Trump anymore? We already know. What are we gonna find out? Are we gonna find out anything new?
Well, I mean, what was his speech was mostly on election stuff. So.
Yeah, blackboxvoting.org, man. It's been around since Ron Paul rolled over in New Hampshire. You know why? 'Cause that oath. That's why.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do. The oath is more important than running for president. J.D. Vance was on Rogan.
Yeah, Vance was on Rogan. Said some interesting stuff.
What'd he say?
Well, they were talking about. I don't remember. It was 3 days ago. I can't remember. 3 days ago.
See, man, I'm telling you right now, there's collective amnesia being propagated across the
I
planet.
think there is.
Hey, do that too. Give us a call. Let us know if your memories seem to be going. Like, you just pay attention to what's happening today, and once today's gone, it's gone. You're into the next day.
I know they discussed a little bit about Jeffrey.
Who?
Mr. Epstein.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why we got the amnesia.
Could be.
I started getting the amnesia right after the Epstein thing happened. All of a sudden, you sleep.
I did watch it. It was
Sleep.
entertaining. Honestly, I can't remember much of it.
See? Wasn't very memorable, was it? Especially since you can't remember it. That's a key factor in it being not memorable.
Yeah.
I don't know. Brandock.
Trump's fault that I can't remember, right?
Ask Brandock.
Bartok? Ask Bartok.
Bartok. Man, all the time I spent messing with AI shit back, last year, I never went so far as to name it or like be personal with it. But I'll tell you, there was a moment when it went from 4 to 5 and then beyond, like 5 point whatever, that it used to act like it knew me. Now it just acts like that regular AI that you see whenever you type anything in the fucking search box in Google.
I think they turned that down because too many people were saying it was too creepy.
I don't know.
So they turned down the personal.
I don't use it. I mean, I use it occasionally now, but I don't use it like I used to. Like when I was fucking with it. And I was trying to do all this stuff. AI agents. So apparently the bombing is continued today over there, right?
I guess I didn't really watch much about the nation of Iran today.
No. Well, here. So now you know who the health ranger is.
Kind of.
Yeah, he's a broadcaster. He used to be a guest on Alex Jones, and then he started his own thing. He's got a whole thing going on.
Right.
And he did a whole write up on this thing that's going on over there. It's literally. I'll give you guys the link for it in the chat over here. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Hang on a second. I'm just trying to get to a point. This is at the end of his article because he goes into all the things that are available that come through the Persian Gulf, so on and so forth. So he's saying it almost seems like a cliche to state we are facing the end of the world as we know it. But hell, we literally are facing the end of the world as we know it. All right, I would normally say at this point, I hope you have a year's supply of food to make it through what's coming. But honestly, that won't be enough. If we get pushed into an all-out infrastructure destruction war, the loss of 60-plus years of human infrastructure that has allowed the population to double from 4 billion to 8 billion in just a few decades will be reversed. And the population will shrink from 8 billion to 4 billion, or possibly even less depending on wars and economic strife. So, that seems like a substantial reduction in population.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound good. No. Okay, so they're waging war on the entire human race, assaulting the very civilizational infrastructure that made modern population possible to sustain. The infrastructure that can be destroyed in an instant with a rebuilding time of a decade or longer. And once it's gone, there's no going back to the way things were in 2025. And during the new dark age of what billions of humans eat, if there's no fertilizer available for agriculture, the honest answer is that sooner or later we'll start eating each other.
Oh, sweet.
Fuck. The Health Ranger. Trish is saying large-scale attack in Kuwait.
Oh, really?
Escape from Blue Jersey. Don't like Mike Adams. I gotta say, I have to agree with you, man. I don't really care for Mike Adams too much myself. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him. I'm sure he's a nice guy or whatever. I just don't pay attention to him. I don't go seeking out what Mike Adams has to say. But the main reason I looked at this is because of the ramifications of what's going on. And I don't, things are a lot more serious than I think most Americans will understand or realize until it's, And really, I mean, at this point, is there anything you could do about it, Rio? Except for just know about it? Get yourself some top ramen.
Really.
Get yourself some top ramen.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Well, what can we do about it? I mean, we can scream about it, but I don't know. I just don't see the effect of the change, right?
No.
Everybody's hoping for.
No, they're talking about AJ in the chat. Yeah, there's people that are saying he's a clone, but there's a definite difference to the way he's broadcasting. I can't really explain it or put my finger on it. It doesn't sound like he used to sound. He used to sound like it was he used to sound urgent, like, it was his thing. Now he sounds more like he's working there. Like he's not, you know what I mean? It's not like it's just, him fucking doing this thing.
Yeah.
It's like he's working somewhere and he's more like a Rush Limbaugh. Like an alternative Rush Limbaugh. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just got a different quality to it than it did in the past. But I mean, he built a fucking.
Well, he's been slapped down a few times recently, so maybe he's.
No, I don't think it's not like that. It seems like. I don't know, man. It seems like he's. I don't know.
He's got onion breath now, right? Jimmy, we've been joined by Bruce.
Hey, Bruce, what's happening, man?
Hey guys, how you doing?
I was listening for about 5 minutes before I was brought on, and I was going to bail. It's so dark.
It is dark, man. Shit is dark, man. It is. That's the thing about. I mean, that's the thing about the show. You know, for many years we talked about, dark possibilities of the future.
Mm-hmm.
But then to be actually sitting in the future that we talked about at this point, there's so much shit going on that it's literally unbelievable. Like me and Rero were talking about earlier. It's like, hey, we're dropping some mosquitoes, and hey, man, we're dropping some ticks over here, and these people are just running around doing shit, and nobody's doing anything about it. It's like we're on a runaway train. I sent you that article. I was just reading from that Health Ranger article about the clothes.
What's he?
Yeah,
what's he saying?
It's just saying that the amount of stuff that comes through there, that comes through the Strait of Hormuz, is going to be equal to the amount of the population that's going to die off in the world. So,
holy shit,
30% of the population is going to die off because of what's going on. And then the rest of everybody else, 30%.
Yeah.
And then the rest of everybody else is going to be scrapping and fighting, and but there's not going to be any food, is basically what he's saying.
Yeah. I kind of started to get my mind around this as early as like 2010, 2011. I don't know how I knew it. It just kind of came to me. I wasn't doing extensive research. It was more of a meditative realization. And then I just came up with a plan, but there's no guarantee I'm going to make it. I mean, although this is one of the most food-dense countries in the world, and what I mean by that is, in Central America, you'll have big cities like Guatemala City's like 5 million people, but everybody in the city has family back on a farm. And those farms are built for campesinos. They're built for peasants. And the peasant life is basically, to sum it up, it's non-commercial farming. It's where you farm just for sustenance. So it's about staying alive. That's it. And so, Central America, I think a lot of it's going to be okay. Parts of South America, but it gets a bit cold down around Argentina and stuff. But anywhere just above or just below the equator, I think you're going to be okay. And then you got the breakdown of civilization, right? Because laws only work because they're enforced. But you just take one day at a time, and I don't mean to sound like I'm copping out from any valid intellectual discourse here, but simply put, you're not going to make it without God. However you express that, you could be a Christian, you could be a Muslim, you could be a Jew, you could be a meditator, but you're not going to make it without God. You're not going to make it without that deep, deep energy inside of you, that foundational, eternal energy that you're aware of before you take a body and you can reconnect with in a body. That's the only way out now. A certain number of people, I'm starting to buy into the whole breakaway civilization thing. I really am. I think Bill Cooper was right. I think Catherine Austin Fitts is right. I think they're colonizing Mars already. And that would explain where all these missing scientists go too. I'm not sure they're being killed. I think they're being taken off planet. Like they're cherry picking the best of the best, right? And the worst of the worst, because they're gonna have a bunch of pedophiles on the moon and Mars, So, but for us that remain in the planet, you got to get your shit together. And now, I'm going to explain something now that is absolutely terrifying. Are you ready?
I don't know.
Okay. This is the most terrifying thing I will ever say. Not everybody's going to get it, but if you get it, it's terrifying. Okay? If we kill this planet, and, a planet can reincarnate in the same body, meaning that you can kill the life force in a planet and it'll take X number of whatever, eons, for the life force to come back and begin producing again, okay? And if you do that, the souls that are on the planet in bodies who don't reach a vibrational frequency where they can escape the physical and the astral, you get trapped here. And no matter what your intent is, so you're going to be living in this dead world on the astral, and you could be in that state for billions and billions and billions of years. Okay? So when people talk about the world to come, what they really mean is that this world is going to be destroyed, and the souls that are, let's say, benighted, will be taken to a higher region, and the time will pass like a minute, and they'll come right back to the earth. But really, it's been billions of years. The souls who don't do that, to go to the regenerative place where time contracts, they're going to be trapped here, and they're going to have to live through it in astral form for like billions and billions of years. And people don't really understand the astral, but there's a physical component to the astral. It's much harder to die, but you can feel pain, you can be tormented, you can be tortured, you can be all of those things. So when scripture refers to an eternal hell, this is what they're referring to. The normal hell is an astral region for working off karma that can't be displaced into the earth, right? Because it's too heavy for the earth. So they created this region for heavy karma. And most of us have been there, by the way. I've been there, you've been there, Jimmy, in between lives. Whether you believe this or not, it's all in your unconscious. You just don't remember it. But the hell that's coming is going to be the consequence of the failed stewardship of this planet. I read something interesting last week. I'll share it with you. It was on Gaia. I don't really trust them, though. They're a bunch of new age freaks and liars and CIA shills. But it's worth bringing up nonetheless. They say that a letter was written by Einstein and Oppenheimer in around 1947 to President Truman. And it stated that in the near future, the human race could be colonized by beings not of the earth. They didn't really get into extraterrestrial or interdimensional or anything like that, because the utility of nuclear weapons and the danger they pose to the planet was a de facto forfeiture of our right to stewardship of this planet. And stewardship is the place of the sentient hominid, right? So the life form replicates it in that itself, for the most part, especially in 3D, it replicates itself in that man is the measure of all things there, that Da Vinci thing. It's a head, and there's usually 7 orifices above the head: mouth, 2 nostrils, 2 eyes, 2 ears. And then you've got, basically 4 appendages and a torso. Okay, and when that life develops on a planet and it's walking erect and the top of its head is going towards its sun, that is the highest point of creation on a planet. You can't evolve beyond that point. You can only spiritually evolve and unlock what you've been given already. And we haven't done that. And we've stayed in war, we've stayed in conflict, and we may be forfeiting stewardship of this planet. But that's the scariest thing I can think of, is that you get trapped here for billions and billions and billions of years. And I think that's what it means in the Bible when it says people will want to die, but they won't be able to. That's not going to be a physical thing. It's going to be this astral form, which will be about 60% of your physical form in terms of your ability to feel pain and all these things. So there's a Bruce McDonald original. You're not going to read that in Robert C. Monroe, Out of the Body, or any of this other stuff, but that's what's going on. Now, the souls that don't go off planet and who are ready to move to higher levels of existence, they're going to be okay. So the most important thing you can do now is center yourself in God, and God is love. And I don't care what you use. It could be Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. It could be the Tao Te Ching. It could be the Bhagavad Gita. Who cares? This is not the time to be arguing theology. It's the time to be purifying yourself, right? And fasting and self-discipline and just literally begging for mercy, begging. And I do it too, so don't feel ashamed.
Bruce MacDonald on Amazon, MAC.
Yeah, yeah. And I got a killer book out now. It's selling like pussy in Tijuana. It's not mine. It was a contract job, but I get a percentage of sales. It's The Celestial Blueprint, A Guide to Reading Your Stars by Robert Phoenix. I did a book for him.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's just selling like crazy, man.
Is
Like
it?
it's selling better than Stardust Ranch did in its first month.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
Sweet. Well, out of everybody that's come in contact with the show, I would say that the odds of your survival are probably the highest of any of
Yeah,
us. Any of us.
and you know
I mean,
what?
I don't mean that
Uh,
in a weird way. I'm just saying, if the shit hits the fan, I mean, your choices and the hard work that you put in up there are gonna pay off for sure.
Yeah, we're me and Brandon are having a house built for us on the reserve now. It's 1,200 square feet, the traditional roundhouse. It's for the tourism and everything, but is not only the way I live here, it's I've also made good relations and bonded with the people who are notoriously reticent to interact with Costa Ricans. The Quebecois are a very solitary people. They find Europeans vulgar. But they'd love me and my son. And after a couple of years of meetings, we're finally getting this business off the ground. But whether there's tourism in a year or not, I don't know. But nonetheless, I have formed a partnership and alliance with the people who have been independent and autonomous in their existence for at least 10,000 years. They have all their food, they have all their water, they have their whole way of life just 5 kilometers up the road from where I live. And
That is sweet.
yeah, it's pretty sweet, but I think the reality is that I think I don't know Rio well enough, but Jimmy, you're going to the good place. Like you're not going to end up in this permanent hell. Don't worry about it. You've done enough work, man. You've cared for humanity. You have to show yourself and you have to contribute, right? And you've done it, like I said a few shows ago when you were down on yourself. So don't you're going to be okay, but don't get lax, You keep praying. And but you're gonna be fine, dude. For people in the position you're in, death will be a reward, you know. Well, death's always a reward. I mean, it's always a reward. You can get a mother of 6-month-old twins who has an NDE. She doesn't want to come back even knowing she has newborn twins. That's how good the other side is if you get to the good place. So I wouldn't worry about anything if I were you. Just try and help as many people as you can, man. Rio, I don't know about. And he's right on the fence, man.
Oh, what?
Rio.
Oh man, Bruce, what are you
Those
doing?
those extortionist prices he's been charging to renovate cars, I don't think he's gonna make it.
I don't charge him, man. I get paid by the
I'm
hour.
kidding, dude. I'm kidding. Yeah.
Oh man. All right, listen. We're gonna open up these phones now, Bruce. We were putting forward earlier. There seems to be this.
Oh, hey, did you guys hear a mad painter died?
No.
No,
Dude,
really?
it's like Dead Man Walking there. The
Oh
old
my
alumni
God.
of Rev Radio. Dead Man Walking.
Damn.
Mad Painter went peacefully in his sleep.
Oh, jeez. That's.
Oh, at least that's good.
Yeah,
but,
that's
I
great.
mean,
Yeah.
wow. That's
Damn. That's sorry, man. That hit me kind of.
yeah, that's kind of shocking.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a
I-
lot of people, man.
No. Wow.
I mean,
well,
he was one of he still talked to us in the chat and stuff
Yeah.
fairly regularly.
He.
It was good people, man.
He was. good.
He was real good people, real neutral, handled the fighting there really well, and a very unique figure when you got to know him if you ever spoke to him privately
I
on
did.
Skype call.
Yeah. No. He was.
know.
He was a great guy, man.
He painted, he wrote books, like none of it was very good, but he exercised his creativity, which was extremely important. He got to the good place, I'll tell you that right now.
He was always really good to the show. He was always really good to me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
Oh, really?
he was definitely a good dude.
yeah. All right, listen. We're coming up on the break here. Got a couple
Yeah, no.
minutes.
We have a call.
All right, let's take our call and then we'll go with the break.
What's up, hijacker?
Oh, Jacker.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Jacker. Well, listen, we're getting ready to go to break. I don't hear Jacker.
Well, keep your powder dry,
Hey,
Jack.
yeah, I'm putting my robe on.
All right, put your robe on because we're
Bro.
going to break. So
My-
we'll take.
My robe, getting behind the guru, Bruce McDonald.
All right, well, listen, get your robe on because we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we'll bring you back. All right? So stand by there, hijacker. All right, it's Rev Radio. It's fully listener supported. I mean, I'm blown away. Mad Painter's gone. May he rest in peace, man. Seriously. He was good to us for a lot of years. All right, we'll be right back.
Swan boats and daisy chains. Can't seem to recall my true given name. I see my footprints, how they come, how they go. Was that yesterday or only a moment ago? My heart is gone.
Revolution Radio.
The path gives way to a cold winter field. The ground below, hard as steel. Beyond the hill, a distant song. But that hill keeps going on and on. My heart is gone. I've gone cold. My heart is gone. I've gone cold. Swan boats and daisy chains. Can't seem to recall any given day.
Right on the sky. I can make sure that your employer fires you. These types of numbers. And here's the scariest part of all. Again, I've got videos on this. Everything that I say, I have documentation for. Social credit scores, they're not coming to the United States. They're here. They are absolutely 100% here. I can show you a website where you can pull up your score. That's one of them. There are many others as well. China has what they call the Golden Shield. And the Golden Shield integrates your social media posts, your travel through license plate readers, and then they assign you a score. Here is the scariest part of all. Who built China's system? China's Golden Shield was built by American companies. Cisco, Oracle, the same players. They were kind of the prototype. We're getting the production version. Larry Ellison, chairman of the board at Oracle, has said during an investor call, this was recorded, we will have supervision, meaning all of us, everyone. We will have supervision and people will be on their best behavior because they're going to be monitored 24/7 by AI. That's the direction that we're moving. In China, when your social credit score starts dropping, there are different levels of penalties to help you get your mind right. When your score drops below a certain level,
But why do I always feel like I'm in the twilight zone and I always feel like somebody's watching me and I have no privacy. Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? When I come home at night,
Is Revolution Radio. Ground Zero Plus, hour number 3, into the microphone. My name's Jimmy. Sitting here with Rockin' Rio. Been joined by our buddy Bruce McDonald on Amazon. And we opened up the phones and we got a hijacker standing by. So I think we got 1 minute before we come back to Rev Radio. So stand by. We'll be right back.
Because there are 5 a.m. flights in your area, there are...
There's 5 a.m. flights in your area, Rockin' Rio. Are we all hooked up and everything? We didn't disconnect or nothing wild?
Oh, yeah. I didn't, but I probably should have.
Are we going to? Is it just is it going to drop?
We don't have to for a little bit. So.
All right. We'll give out that number. Hijacker's still on the line.
Yes, he is.
All right. Hijacker. Welcome into the microcosm. Thanks for calling. What's going on? What's on your mind? You're putting on your robe.
Oh, I'm inspired me. Actually, it was the hijacker symbol in the sky, like the bat signal that Rowan from the chat he put in the room. You can see he put my name up there. I picked up on it, but I called in. Yeah, so with Bruce, so I'm a fellow guru. So I'm going to give you a word picture. And I'm up on like the highest mountain of revelation. In other words, all kinds of peaks, like Mount Everest. They're all one peak after another, and they just go higher and higher. Anyways, when I heard Bruce talking about, and I saw him down there in his robe, I looked down from my mountaintop. I could see him. He was on top of a mountaintop, and he was talking about whether you were going to make it. Jimmy, I agree with that. You're going to make it. Rockin' Rio, he's going to make it. But I thought immediately about, because of my world system of what I believe is so far removed from what Bruce believes. But
not really. You just haven't thought about it. Okay. You're so steeped in your dogma, you haven't thought about it. You haven't contemplated it. We're saying the same thing. You just don't realize it.
Well, listen, I've got room for your whole sets of beliefs now.
What is the Christ but the perfection of the heart? What is a Buddhist trying to do with all that meditation? Perfect compassion. Okay? It's all the perfection of the heart. And the reason we're in the trouble now that we're in is we let the big intellects take over our society, and they were worse than the warriors. Okay? So we went through 2 millennia of warring where the warrior caste was one of the most important. We're still celebrating Achilles 3,000 years later. I mean, Chris Nolan just came out with it, right? Warrior's gone now, man. They kill you with a laser from space, okay? It's the age of the intellect, and the intellect is the worst bully ever, and the intellect is the antithesis to the heart.
Yeah, you're speaking the words of Christ. Christ, he did say that's the highest law. Love thy neighbor as thyself. You do that, you got it. It is about the heart. It's not all about all the other stuff. So you're correct on that.
Mm-hmm.
No question.
Yeah,
anyway,
and where Christians are failing, they withdraw part of their love the moment they find out they're talking to someone who isn't a Christian, and they won't convert. And Muslims do the same thing, and Jews do the same thing, and none of them ever stop to think we're all talking about the same thing, minus the Babylonian Talmud, of course.
No. Well, what I believe now is that we're on a journey. Everybody's got a journey, and you have to get to a point, even if it takes a couple of lifetimes, to get actually a fair shot at accepting what the true reality of this realm and what this whole thing is about. And so I don't disagree with you on that. It's about a journey. But you're talking about who's in, who's out. So in the Mads case, believe it or not, he did mention to me that he did believe in Jesus. But he said, I believe in him, but not like you Christians or you fundamentalists. I forgot how he put it. Believe him. Believe in him. And so anyways, yeah, he did pass. And it sounds like he had a real big family. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Yeah, and then speaking about the amount of host, you hear, Bruce, I'm going to let you take a stab at it. How many hosts do you think is on the list of all the former hosts that have gone to the other side? How many do you think? 20,
I'd say
30? What do you think?
I'd say 20, off the top of my head, 21 or 22. I didn't do any mental
40.
counting in my head. That's just an intuitive number. I know it's not quite 30. I mean, I can name most of them. I think Michael Hemmingson was the first one.
That's right. Yeah, Michael was the first one, right.
Do you know Jacker, that dude was born, we're both writers. He's born the exact same day as me, July 12, 1966.
Hemmingson?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know what happened with him. He got something with the child and custody.
He probably got himself killed in Mexico. I think his ex-wife probably had the cartel kill him. That's how they settle custody disputes down in Juarez.
Was it you that told him
this is some grim shit.
Not to go to Mexico? There was somebody told him, don't do it.
Well, a lot of people did. I think Doug Dietrich told him not to do it, and he still went and did it, right? Love is love. He was, I think he loved his daughter. He's a great guy, I didn't care for his writing much. It was all basically erotica, soft porn. I mean, some people would consider that a literary art form. You got the Kama Sutra in India, but I don't. I'm a bit too prudish for that.
Yeah, he was well-traveled. He had been to Africa. He had been to Antarctica. So he had been around quite a bit.
So
he knew what was going on.
Hijacker. Yeah. Why'd you call in?
To bust my balls.
I got a new theory.
Well,
not a new theory. I've uncovered a new conspiracy on the data centers. So here it is. So right now we're on track. We're right at over 5,000. I think it's something like 5,300 in the United States right now, and with another couple of thousand being built out or permitted or something. In China, they have only 500 data centers. Supposedly they got 1.4 billion people, but Leah, Real Talk with Leah, or Leah's Real Talk.
Lay's Real China. Yeah, I like her too,
Right.
Jacker. Yeah.
Yeah, she's clear thinker. She's Taiwanese, speaks real good American, speaks Chinese. Of course, she's pure blood Chinese. She says there's only about 600 million actual Chinese, from what she can guess. That would be the top end number.
Yeah.
But anyways, they've got only 500 data centers. So here's the latest conspiracy theory on the data centers. Everything, by the way they're being constructed, reinforced concrete walls with Constantine wire. Each one is built like a fortress, high walls, reinforced steel.
Yeah, we already know where you're going with this. They're detention camps?
No.
Okay.
No.
Sorry.
And so this goes in with Catherine Austin Fitts. It also falls in with your theory. You think a breakaway civilization, except Kathleen believes it's underground. You believe it's like Mars or something.
No, it's definitely underground too, but I do believe they are off-world. Yeah.
Data centers, well, a lot of them were built in Virginia, Texas, but throughout, they're all over. That each one, if you actually take a look at each one, it's either a nuclear power plant, or it's a coal-type power plant, or natural gas, and a lot of them have micro nuclear power plants that actually are built inside of them. And so these data centers, and it's because of the road map underneath the underground road we all hear about. You can go from Missouri to Maine. There's a highway. You can take a truck underground. You can go from Virginia to Colorado, then down to Texas. Some people say it goes further out west. So these data centers are actually not only are they connecting all the computers and all the stuff that you need to tie in the phones, all of the mega data, all the calculations with AI. It's that too, but they're multi-purpose. So they do collect data, but they're also power stations, even micro nuclear power stations. But then they're also entranceways down into the subterranean world, where you can actually, these are points you can break off and actually drive down. But the reason why they need so much water is to cool the power plant down, and that's the electricity they're getting from the surface world through these data centers, part of the data centers that are going down.
No, there wouldn't be any. That wouldn't make sense that you would build everything underground, but then use the data centers above ground to have any kind of connection to your survival underground. That doesn't make sense.
That's why they build like fortresses.
Yeah, they're.
I mean, you can hit these things with the RPGs all day long.
Listen, man, I've worked in a shitload of data centers in my career, and they're built that way for a reason. Their biggest problem with data centers is that they have to be cooled, and that's the issue. And so you got to do that somehow, And so that takes a lot of energy to do that. The one that I worked in a gateway down here, it was a level 3 gateway in San Jose that I worked in. They're everywhere, man. Google was, listen, I literally bid a job, okay, where Google was going to take old oil tankers and build data centers inside of these oil tankers because they're sitting in water. You know, they stay cool. They're going to float them anywhere. It could float it down to Louisiana for the hurricane and throw a cable out and everything's back to normal. It's pretty intense, man, you know, what they're doing. But, you know, as far as China goes, I mean, I don't know if Bruce or you guys saw this, but, you know, there's a whole thing going on with chips right now.
No.
Yeah, so it's just there's a major chip situation happening through China that I saw earlier tonight.
What do you mean chips?
The chips using to make
Oh, chips.
Yeah,
I thought
chips.
you said ships as in
no,
battleship.
No,
Okay.
chips, electronic stuff. So I don't know, Jacker. You know, it doesn't seem to line up. But I mean, I'm not trying to chop your knees out or whatever, but you know what I mean. If you spend
if they need a lot of water to keep the things cool, but that also would tie in with a micro nuclear power plant to be able to run that much energy.
Well,
what I'm trying to say is everybody's trying to get their head around exactly what are these things.
Well,
I mean, you can only put so many computers in it, and some of them are just immense.
well, did you see that?
I mean, block
did
after
you
block.
See, did you
some
see?
of them mile long,
Did you see that speech?
completely reinforced steel.
No.
Just
Did you see that speech?
Yeah, they're.
Good.
Sorry, Jimmy.
No, I was saying, did you see that speech last night? Because we're talking about voting and this and that, and you know, here comes the positive ID. You know what I mean? So the data centers, what are they for? I don't know. I mean, I put forward last week, in my opinion, if I was looking at it, what I see is these data centers being so they're not like standalone items, that they're all networked together, and they're going to use the combined power of all of them put together to basically broadcast reality. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. How's your memory? Now, I didn't ask Bruce, but I would imagine Bruce's memory is good. Bruce, how's your memory?
It's like uncanny.
Yeah. See, and Rio and I, and we were talking about how there seems to be like this collective amnesia. Like we can't remember what happened last week or yesterday, whatever. Everything's all just about today, and we were just putting forward. I mean, there appears to be some, you know, after these files got released, these Epstein files, like right after that, there seems to be a collective amnesia. People fucking don't remember what happened last week, man. You know what I mean? Is it that, or is it that there's too much shit coming at us all at the same time? You know, it's like a shotgun approach. There's so many, you know, there's no way to, you know, there's so much stuff coming at us. Is that it? Is that why people are losing their memory? See, I knew you weren't losing your memory because I know there ain't a bunch of technology all around you. You know, you're not living in a soup like everybody else is here, like, you know, here in the West. You're up there like living clean. Is anybody out there? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, like so you got cell towers around you, Bruce?
No.
Well, it's real hard to get a signal where I live. I mean, I got Starlink, actually two Starlink dishes, because I got like 4 buildings here, and when I have guests. But no, not a lot of cell towers. It's funny you bring that up though, because the main company came up and they were talking to my wife, and they want to build another tower, and they're going to pay her $600 US a month rent to just put it on some hectares we have here.
Say no, dude.
And I'm like, that's not a good idea. And she's like, I want the money. And I'm like, it's not a good idea. And we haven't resolved this.
Well, I can just tell you, man, just that's exactly what they do. That's what they do here too. That's exactly how it starts. And then, you know, once that
Bruce, tell your wife.
Once that one's there,
the kind of signal they're going to put on that cell tower is going to be like G7 full powered.
Yeah.
You know, 1 billion watts.
Nah,
You'll see the trunk of a
Bruce,
cable
you'll have
that goes up the towers 2 foot wide.
You know what Bruce's wife's gonna say? She's gonna say, well, if we don't do it, the fucking next door neighbor's gonna do it, and then they'll just get the 600.
Yeah,
You know what I
there's
mean? That's what they're gonna do
there's
because
there's no stopping anything now because of the whether it's real or not, the antagonism, right? You know, China, Russia, America, if we don't do it, they're going to do it. This is how the world goes down. It's like, you know, no, Christopher Nolan captures it perfectly in The Dark Knight and The Two Fairies. Who's going to blow up who? Are the regular citizens going to blow up the convicts, or are the convicts going to blow up the regular citizens? Now, in that movie, they had a fictitious conclusion to that dilemma, which I don't believe. In real life, it would take about 10 seconds and somebody would hit the button.
Bruce, my question is if you say no, can they like eminent domain you and just do it anyway?
no.
I don't know. I'll let my wife decide. She's got a good heart. She'll figure it out.
Well, I
But
mean,
this is
but
a
here, if you
UNESCO
tell them no,
heritage site, and this is like you got to understand where I live. I mean, holy shit, man. I mean, Costa Rica is about 0.0025% of the world's landmass, and it has 5% of the world's biodiversity. And of that 5%, probably 4.9% is my backyard. I don't think they're going to put too many towers up here.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's the thing. I can promise you this, man, because I did that shit for a decade. Okay, and I'm telling you right now, once they install that shit, all they want is more, more, and more. Because once people get it, then now they want it. It sucks, man. You know, I mean, once they get that one tower in, then they're gonna want another tower close by or whatever. Or the higher they go up in your mountain, you know, they can shoot it down. It's like a microwave links and shit. They'll have all kinds of shit on that tower, man. Once they get
Yeah.
the tower on there, you ain't gonna have no control over what's on it.
yeah, good point. Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce, just look up the cancer clusters around cell phone towers. There's been studies out.
It's fucked up.
So around the tower, you go out about a mile, and all of a sudden, people have done studies, and they see, you know,
But it's like
a
I'm saying,
pattern of a cancer cluster.
Jacker, it's like I'm saying. The thing is that it's invisible. And the thing is, if they want to put it on his property, if he says no, then they go next door and say fucking 800. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know why I don't know why they're doing it. There aren't enough people up here to warrant a tower. There's even with the whole native reserve. There's maybe like, I don't know, 2,000 people over a couple hundred square kilometers.
Oh,
You know?
2,000 people times $20 a month.
Yeah, I see your point, Real. Yeah.
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 Not only that, but you know, when you get into the wide area body network, where
Yeah, we'll see what if the howler monkeys have anything to say about it. They may take that tower down from the top.
yeah, man. Well,
Yeah,
there's-
you know
there's
that's
a
had a
my
guy-
alarm.
We had a
You know
guy
that's
here, right on the Canadian border in Washington State, and this guy, he was something else. He took canisters of liquid, basically gas, and it was on the news, all over the news down here. He was going from one tower to another. He's like a man on a mission, and he would basically pour it down and then go down the tower and light it on fire. I mean, he was like a real wanted terrorist, so to speak.
Yeah.
It was on like the mainstream news, 6 o'clock news, that type of thing. And they were setting up cameras, trying to get him, this and that. I don't know exactly what happened. I think sometime after that, I stopped watching it. But he was like a one-man terror on these towers. So, but anyways, I just thought I'd give you that new angle on. You probably got other calls calling in. So, well, nice to hear from you, Bruce. Listen,
too, Jacker.
one
Be
more
well.
plug for that book. That book that's selling in Tijuana.
Oh, Celestial Blueprint, a guide to reading your stars by Robert
Selling in
Phoenix.
Tijuana.
Forward by Leo, I forget his name. I don't know, some dude, some big astrologer wrote the forward. I gotta say, I never looked into astrology, but you know, it's for real. Like, and I've spent enough time talking to Robert now, and you give him your birthday and the time of day you were born, he comes back and it's unbelievably accurate, right? But an astrologer like Robert is like one in 1,000 who claim to be an astrologer. He's like really gifted at it, right? It's a great book, you know. So I learned a lot about astrology. I prefer to live in the moment, though. I don't want to calculate what's coming next. Then it's the beginning of the Luciferian mind. I just want to just live in the moment through my heart.
Yeah, I can't remember yesterday, and I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So all I got's today.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm enjoying being here with you guys tonight. It's into the Microcosmos Revolution Radio. It's Ground Zero Plus. Give out the number, Rock and Rio.
All right, I'm gonna have to reconnect us shortly. I got the warning.
All right.
So,
Take care, y'all.
All right.
Good night,
Take
hijacker.
care. There he goes.
Yeah, be well.
There goes the hijacker. He's always thinking, you know, isn't he? He's always
Yeah,
trying
I'll
to.
give him that. He's always
The
the gears are going.
Yeah, he doesn't sit around. You know, he's trying to figure shit out. What are you gonna do? You know. All right, listen. Give out that number again, Rock and Rio.
Jimmy, you want to play something quick so I can reconnect us?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, it's 717-417-8284.
All right, are you back? I see you. Now, there he was. Are you back?
I am here.
Excellent. Yeah. You got, I don't know, Bruce, man. That bums me out.
Yeah.
That bums me out about your place, about those towers.
Well, it hasn't happened. It might not. Did I tell you last week about like the trials of Job I've gone through up here in the last like 2.5 weeks?
I don't think so.
Oh my God, man!
But hang on. Give out that number, Rio.
717-417-8284.
Okay. Oh fuck. Something happened. My call has dropped. Well, we'll see. Man, these fucking lights are shining in my face, man. I knew I should have brought my sunglasses out here. Oh, everything's all frozen. What just happened? Everything just went haywire. Am I still on? Fuck. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to them, man. They dropped off into the weeds. And I just tried to call him back, and I couldn't. Or he didn't pick up. Maybe something happened on the East Coast and shut down Rock in Rio. I don't know. So that means you can't call in either. Oh, here it comes. What happened, man?
You hung up on us.
I didn't hang up. It just went dead, and then I just tried to call you back, and I couldn't call you.
Yeah. Well,
No, it just said my call was disconnected.
well, okay.
I don't know. Who knows? Shit happens. That's what I do know.
Probably said something the AI didn't like.
Shit happens, dude.
Say shit happens, but sometimes it happens too much. You know there's too much bullshit when life loses its touch. Good thing I got a whole bag of some good shit. When life gives you shit, just relax and take a hit.
Who's that suck band?
Same shit, different day.
But in a stoner kind of way, life throws shit you in.
That's evil chicken. Shit happens.
Yeah, well, it's some pretty chicken.
You know what's cool is that I just happen to have it right there, and it was already set up to that one shit happens part. So, I mean, I was listening to that earlier, and I was thinking to myself, huh, yeah, shit does happen. All right,
Yeah.
so now are the phones open?
The phones are open, and Bruce is here.
Okay, Bruce. Oh, hey, Bruce, what's happening? All right, well, what is it? Throw it out, man. I can, for some
What?
reason, it's the area code and the first 3 digits of the number. It makes it so I can't remember it. Rio, go ahead. What is it?
It's 717-417-8284.
Yeah. So what's your memory like? You got long-term. Maybe the short-term memory loss is because everyone's smoking weed. Now you're not smoking weed, are you, Rock and Rio?
No.
No. So that
It's
throws
different.
out
I
there.
think the short-term memory loss is frequency related.
Me
I think
too.
it's slowly being microwaved
So
to the
do
point
I.
of stupidity.
So do I, but I don't think
Bruce is
it's.
up next with that. They're going to microwave him soon.
I just don't think it's an accident, though, is what I'm saying. I'm saying collectively, if enough people have this sort of cloudy amnesia thing going on, they're not pressing anybody about all this shit that's going on. You know what I mean? People don't. I mean, it used to be like one main story would happen, and they would hammer it all fucking week. This happened, nah, and then all something would happen on Friday, and then next week they talk about that thing all fucking week. Now it's like there's like 10 things in a day.
Well, yeah, I think part of it is information overload, but I also think part of it is, they're microwaving us. There's Thorazine in the water. There's, all sorts of Adderall and whatever else in your water supply, and in your food and everything else. I think it's a collective of all the different factors. You're being cooked, you're being medicated, you're being sprayed from the sky. The whole thing. I think it's the whole thing. It's all little bits that keep adding up to the collective amnesia.
Man, the empath in me wants to.
Conspiracy for the night.
The empath in me wants to blow chunks, man. After that negative diatribe, I'm about to literally puke right now from all that negativity.
Well,
So
that's
you've
my
taken it to a
conspiracy
new
theory
level,
for the
man.
night. That's my conspiracy for the night is they're trying to make us dumb. I think they're doing a pretty good job of it. So. What do you think, Bruce?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you said you're the only guy on here who's still got a memory, so you know you must.
Oh, so what was the rain's really loud? What was the question?
The question is, do you remember when Eddie Murphy broke away off his gig over at Saturday Night Live? He started going solo, and at that point, you know, anything was possible. So he stepped out, and he came out with this tune. Do you remember this tune?
Party all night? What is it? Party all the time?
Party all the time. Eddie Murphy's ready to party all the time, man. Look at him. Is that Rick James? What's up, man? Yeah, that is Rick James. What's going on, Rick James? Shit. Here comes Eddie Murphy. All the girls are smiling at him. He's going to the studio. He's slow walking. Rick James told him to put his headphones on. Okay, here he comes now.
Why you wanna hurt me? After all of the things I've done for you, I buy you champagne and roses, put diamonds on your finger.
Damn, everybody's partying. You should Damn, everybody's singing. Shit, Bruce, people used to be having a good old time, weren't they?
Yeah.
These people weren't thinking about politics, were they? Fuck, no, they weren't.
No.
Fuck.
No.
They were partying all the time.
No. Remember the 80s? Remember the 90s? Okay, you know, I was like 20 years old in 86, and then, you know, 86 to 90 was pretty cool. And then most of the 90s were pretty cool, especially when the Berlin Wall came down and Bill Clinton came into office. Probably the most optimistic I've felt about the continuity of Western civilization. Amazing how quickly it all came apart, eh?
Doesn't take long.
No. Breaks down like a what would it be breaking down like here, Rio? Like a Hyundai Elantra?
No, my Hyundai Elantra went a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those things last.
Yeah.
They're built to last.
Breaking down like a Volkswagen.
Oh, yeah. And they're expensive to repair, too.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being Muhammad Ali, dude, and having George Foreman just fucking pounding your rib cage for like 10 minutes when you're leaning off the ropes?
Yeah.
Just getting beat to. I mean, yeah, he didn't get knocked out. People don't realize what one of those punches coming from that arm going into you feels like. Even if your arms are in the way, and he's punching your elbows into your fucking stomach. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like getting gored by a bull.
Even though he won those fights, man, he took a fucking beating, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
His
insides, like the next day, man, like his guts, and you know, you've got to wonder how long it takes to recover from a fight like that. Probably, it's 2 weeks, and this dog bite ain't healed yet.
You got a dog bite?
Oh, you missed my story?
No,
you dropped off, dude.
You didn't tell
I'm
us.
not going to retell the whole story because the listeners have already heard it. But
when did you tell it?
oh, dude, I had this whole cycle of events happen that were like a mini trial of Job, man. No power on the mountain for 5 days. I got bit breaking up a fight between my male pit bulls.
Oh no.
And yeah, he didn't mean to.
I had my whole arm ripped off by a dog that didn't mean to.
Yeah, I gotta build a kennel. I mean, I never meant to get a second uncastrated pit bull. My stepson thought it would be a good idea to have a pet in the city, and then the thing got to 4 or 5 months, and they said this is unmanageable, and they just dumped it on us on the mountain. And now I got 2 male pit bulls, and that's all they do is fight, right? So I got to keep them separated. I got to build a kennel.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
In that moment when you were getting bit, were your eyes rolling back in your head? You were thinking to myself,
No, no.
why did I get this
I was very
fucking
calm.
why
Very
did I get
calm.
this
I
fucking
looked at my
dog?
son and I said, I'm bit. Just like that. I'm bit. And then he just grabbed one of the dogs and chucked it about 20 feet. And then the other one let go and it got real. Yeah. And then, yeah, you can't really blame them though. They're just, I haven't done proper training. I've been remiss. So Brandon's coming back in about 7 weeks and he's bringing 2 shock collars. I'm bringing these dogs up to military standards.
Fuck.
Yeah. I learned the hard way. I learned everything in my life. I've learned the hard way.
Yeah.
Nothing's been easy.
No, I was just making a joke about when you got bit. I was saying in that moment where your eyes rolling back in your head and you were thinking to myself, why did I let this fucking dog on the mountain?
Oh no, he's a good boy. He didn't mean to.
No,
you know.
I know. Believe me. All right, listen. What's that number, Rio? Did you talk about the dog bite on this show?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
see-
were off. You disappeared for about 90 seconds.
Oh, and then I missed it.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking it was going along with what I was saying about this amnesia.
So it's still going on. You might even hear it through my mic, but we've had heavy rains for like 2.5, 3 weeks now. And 2 weeks ago, they were so heavy that part of the road collapsed at the base of the mountain. And so about 100 yards of the road got covered by a mudslide. And then it took down 5 or 6 power poles. So we didn't have power for 5 days. And the dog bite took place in the power outage. I couldn't go get medical attention. It really needed 6 or 7 stitches. And I just took care of it myself, kept it clean with bentonite clay and organic charcoal, and kept keeping it wrapped. And that prevented it from getting infected. I just saw a doctor yesterday. And then 3 or 4 other weird things happened. And I just looked at my son. I said, this is a trial. You just be patient. But it was, and nobody could get off the mountain, man. The only vehicle that could get off the mountain was that 1990 4x4 Mitsubishi Montero, my old tank. That thing is like Russian military grade equipment. And so I became like this little savior on the mountain, going and getting stuff for people in the Montero. Not off the mountain completely, but just getting to different parts of the mountain and stuff. And it took them like 4 or 5 days to get everything cleaned up and get the power back up. 5 days.
That's
But
not
really,
bad.
really, yeah, not bad. They're pretty good at it. They're used to it, right? But yeah, life in the tropics, man. Rainy season is rainy season. It comes down. Holy shit, man. You'd think Lake Ontario just got dumped from the sky. It gets so loud in the houses and in my office here. I could have the TV on full blast in a little room with great amplification, like Earthbag has great. You could do a music studio in an Earthbag house, and you can't hear the TV. That's how heavy the rain is.
No.
Yeah, you go out, you walk 15 feet, 20 feet from the front to the back. It's like taking a shower. It's like you jumped in a lake and came out. You get soaked.
So is this like a yearly thing? Is it like monsoon season?
Yeah, it's not quite. We had some heavy winds. Like they were real heavy, but I wouldn't call it a monsoon. Costa Rica doesn't get hurricanes. I don't know. Somebody explained it to me one time, but I couldn't do it justice trying to repeat it. But we don't. Nicaragua does. Panama does sometimes, but Costa Rica, no.
Give out that number, Rock and Rio.
717-417-8284.
Shit happens.
Well, nobody's calling in. Nobody loves this anymore, Jimmy.
It's not that. It's late. It's Friday night. People are beat to a pulp.
Tell us how the smoke in Ohio is.
Working 2 jobs, to try to afford
You got 2 jobs?
top ramen. Not me. No.
One leg. What's your name? Patrick. A-Ball Available on Company.
I only got 1 leg. Oh, man. It's all too much, man.
That's right. I got 3.
I'm just saying. It's gotten to a point where it's just reached a level. Unprecedented level at this point. I mean, we haven't even talked about the Trump speech. You know,
We'll have to save that for.
I'm just saying, it's not like I said, blackboxvoting.org. You know, it's not it's not a secret.
Yeah.
Whoever gets
Well,
the control of it
people-
stays in office.
People are asking for reverse on it, but
And they're all primary. These people are primarying out. They're just coming in with this money behind.
Yeah, Rio,
some,
what are these MFers saying in reverse these days? Like Trump and Miller and
Since the Epstein files, we haven't really been doing it too much, man. Because I mean,
yeah.
what else
I've
do we
kinda
need to
cut
know?
back. It's 90% of what I find is the same typical stuff. It's if it's not the Hail Satan, it's the I'm
The
king.
law.
Yeah, about the law. There's always something about the law in every one of them. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. I'll go through the Trump thing tomorrow and see if there's anything exciting in there. But
Man,
yeah,
he's telling you shit and
Trump has been
the
very
shit he's
consistent for the last like. I
say.
don't know,
What do you
2
need to reverse him for? You can just listen to what he's saying forwards. That's
Yeah.
bad enough.
Yeah.
Saying,
I mean,
man,
it's
this I didn't read out that article that Rump Ranger. I didn't read that out, or excuse me, not the Rump Ranger, but I didn't read that out. But there's a lot of facts and figures in there. It's literally terrifying. Like the dude's saying that this war, if it keeps going and it turns into an infrastructure battle, which it supposedly did already with these bridges and so on and so forth that have been bombed out. Now, this guy's saying, he's calling it the Dark Ages, man. I don't know.
Oh, I might be headed there.
Well, like I say, man, don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle happens.
Oh, yeah.
There could be a miracle. I mean, there could be a character that all of a sudden appears and gets peace, for like 7 years.
Yeah, I think.
Well, 3.5 years. 3.5 years.
Yeah, I can hardly wait for that guy.
You never know, though. It just could happen. There
Yeah.
could just be some guy that's been there the whole time, and he's just been a normal guy, but all of a sudden, in 1 millisecond, he snaps, and all of a sudden, he's now this other guy who has the ability to calm the masses and to bring peace to the earth.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Hey,
Well,
don't they call
yeah.
it, right?
It's the Mahdi.
The Mahdi.
I don't know. It's dangerous territory. No matter where you go, man, no matter where you turn. It's a debate. Go ahead.
Hello, 530. Hello.
Hey, you're on there. What's going on?
Is it Hijacker?
No.
Who?
The hijacker.
Hijacker.
He's gone.
Hijacker is not here.
Oh, Hijacker left already? Oh, man. I missed all his bullet points.
Well, you can rewind. You can hit rewind after we're done. We'll go on in perpetuity on the internet. What's happening, man?
Well, I guess I'll have to. Hey, Bruce, my name's Rob. Bruce, good. I like your stories up there in the hills, like all the rain and everything you get. That's amazing listening. And we got you got cut off somewhere because you kept talking about your dogs. And anyway, Jimmy, you kept me up all night. Tell you what, I gotta be up at 5 something and go to work. But here I am. Let's see you.
I gotta get up at 5 and go to work too, dude. So hey.
Yeah, amen, brother. Ain't we lucky to have a job? That's what I think.
That's
of it.
right. Gotta get that dollar bill, y'all.
I do somehow.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's hot as shit down here. I turned the air conditioner off tonight.
Where are you?
Bruce, air conditioner up on the hill. I got fans. I got portable air conditioner through the wall unit. No AC. I live in a cave. It's humid as shit. 75% if you let it go for a day. On the coast in Florida. All right.
Wow.
Like it's a whole different ballgame in the mountains.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's the one thing. When it's hot around here, it's like hot. It's just dry heat. It's very rarely is it humid where I live when it's hot.
Are you still up in the redwoods?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's
oh, right on. Oh, you get a lot of air moving around there. Yep.
Yeah, because it comes in every afternoon. There's a breeze off the ocean.
Yeah, they got a lot of canyons and stuff. Right on.
Yeah.
You still I always think you still got that Volvo, that
No.
XC70 or whatever you had one time.
I got rid of that thing. I had to get rid of it.
Jimmy, tell that story again. Why'd your dog bite your arm?
Because I was driving to Colorado, and it was super hot, and the desert was going to be hot, so I was going to leave early in the morning. So I got up at 3 in the morning to kick it out in front of the hotel and drink some coffee. And so I was sitting there with my hotel room door open, and my dog was laying inside the hotel, inside the room, and I was sitting outside the door, smoking a cigarette and drinking coffee. I was getting ready to leave, and some dude came walking by with another dog who wasn't on a leash, and my dog killed his dog. And so my dog saw that dog, came out of the hotel room, and I put my hand up on his chest to stop him from coming out. And he spun his head around and bit my arm.
Wow.
And then I screamed out.
Sounds like you.
And fucking dropped onto the floor. Dropped him on his fucking head. And made him let go of my arm.
Do that sometimes.
And then I got out of the room, closed the door, and went down and ran and jumped in the hot tub inside the hotel. The hot tub. And then I looked down at my arm, and I didn't see any blood squirting out. There was no blood. You didn't get a vein or whatever. But there was fucking meat everywhere. So I went back. Yeah. I went back there, and I had to clean up all the blood and shit. I was in a hotel. Then I had to go back and tell them in the hotel about what,
Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for your car. Dang.
Then I fucking went to.
Tell a story, Jimmy.
I went to CVS, and I bought all this shit, like gauze and all this. And then I went to Jack in the Box and got a fucking giant water. And then I took off because I was afraid they were going to call the cops on because of my dog. So I took off and I drove.
Calling that. Oh yeah. So that's a big dog. That's a big fighting dog. That thing.
Yeah.
Like Bruce was talking about his dogs down there on the hill.
Well, I drove all the way up into Utah, and I was in the desert in Utah. And I all of a sudden felt this bead of sweat on the top of my head, and I could the reason I noticed it is because I used to have it when I would go through chemo. My head would sweat, and I could feel the drip of sweat on the top of my head, and I started feeling it. I was like, fuck, man, I better pull over. And I woke up, and my car I went off a fucking a culvert. Went off the highway and went up, almost went into oncoming traffic. I came back down, went back up, almost got back on the highway, came back down, smashed into a fucking mountain. And I was moving to Colorado, and all my shit was packed tightly in the back there, and my dog was in the back. So when I smashed into that mountain, all my shit fucking came forward, everywhere in the back of my car. And I didn't know what happened. I woke up and I thought I'd pulled over and I was sleeping, and I didn't recognize where I was. And then I looked, and there was this fucking giant mountain in front of me. I got out of my car, and there was a dude up there that was on one of the...
Clark Griswold.
There was a dude up there in a tow truck that fucking saw me crash. And he goes, "Are you all right?" And I was like, I said I was, and I had blood all over my face. My teeth got knocked out.
Oh, Lord.
And
It's the real story, man.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a real story, man. My teeth got knocked out.
How long ago was that, David?
I don't remember how many years ago it was. But so the guy called the sheriff for me. He said, "Do you want me to call? Do you want me to call the dead?" And I said, "Yeah." And so, because I was in Utah, I had weed with me, and I had to ditch my weed.
killing me. I needed that laugh.
So they showed up, and
Right.
they were going to try to get my dog out of the car and all this. And so they wrapped my
Now,
arm.
what
They wrapped my arm, and they told me to meet them at this next town to come by the police station or whatever. And the guy that was towing my truck had a shop, or towing my car had a shop. He took me to a shop. He didn't have a spare because I broke my wheel. He didn't have a spare, so he gave me one of those little spares, you know, those mini wheels. And he put it on there. And so I took off because I didn't want them to go after my dog. You know, so I fucking took off and I started driving, but I didn't have a side mirror anymore. And so the road going to Highway 70 in Colorado, it's like the slow lane and the 100-mile-an-hour lane. You know what I mean? And so I got behind a truck or trucks because I'm going up the Colorado Rocky Mountains. I'm behind this fucking truck that's going 30 miles an hour, and I'm in extreme pain with no weed because I had to ditch it. And I'm just sitting there driving.
No,
I had to drive for like, huh?
You had nothing.
No.
No weed, no oxys, nothing. No
Then
beer.
eventually, here, I'll make a long story short because we're almost out of here. Listen, then I get there, and it's the weekend, and there's no hotel rooms except for the ones that cost $500 a night. So I blew $1,500 the first 3 nights I was there on hotels. And they tried to stitch my arm too. They wanted to peel the skin back and stitch it back together, and I told them no.
What?
Yeah, my arm healed back normal. All right, listen.
Yeah, you got a dog. You got how kind of bit you up a little, huh?
Yeah. All right, listen. Revolution Radio. We'll see you next time. Thanks for being there. Hey, thanks for calling, man. We'll catch you later.
Hey, Jimmy, have a good night. I'll get you all back to it. You're hanging out.
Right on. Take care.
Hey, Jimmy, I got a quick question before we close off.
Yeah.
Who's running the show at Rev Radio now? Who keeps the servers going? Like who's doing it?
I think it's Mitch.
Mr. Rowe?
No, I think it's Mitch and Monster.
Monster, I think.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
I think that's who it is. All right, you guys, we got to go. It's time to go. We'll see you guys
All right.
next time. All right, thanks for calling.
Peace out.
Yep, take care.
You got a different kind of look in your eye. Something about you that I don't recognize. These things are talked about in quiet tones. I never saw a person so all alone. Some mama's crying, some daddy's sad, and a kid goes bad. Makes you wonder what made him mad when a kid goes